What's up, you Kryptonian? No, fuck.
Yeah, I'm leaving this in.
blooper reel.
Yeah, you see, this is your best host. He always messes up, bro. I never leave it in, but I'm leaving it in this time. This nigga always messing up, bro.
Bro, you missed
He has,
one
nigga
shot.
has two
bro.
words
You
to say, and
missed
he can't
one
even say
shot,
it.
bro. What's up, you knowledgeable Kryptonians? That's what I was gonna say. You know what? I got it right the
Nigga's
first
reading
time.
a script right now.
Yeah, for 2 words.
I had it right
For 2
now.
words.
I had it right the first time. You fucked up.
No, I didn't. I don't know what y'all
You
talking about.
fucked up.
As far as I can see, it looks like only Tyler messed up.
I'll take it though. Sometimes you gotta take an L to have the dubs feel better. Yeah. Well, as you can see, that was Jamal.
I was thinking of
Jamal classic.
Jamal.
That was Jamal classic.
That is a Jamal quote.
So, as you can see by the name of the episode, you already know what we're here for. A very special occasion. I'm joined with the Maestro, E. Gub Salada, E. Jamal, La Jamal. I was gonna be like LeBron. Like all like LeBron names.
Le Jamal.
Just calling us by like our
La Jamal.
PlayStation names.
Going by his PlayStation
By the
name.
government names.
What even is it? Just Nubs?
No, it might be possible.
Oh yeah, I think it is
possible.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to name Jamal in the comment? Give him his gamer nickname, right? Because Jamal's his real name, obviously, just like how Gabe and Tyler are real names.
Yeah.
But we have other names, like he has the Menace for Hire, which you guys loved. You know, cheers in the comments for that.
Yeah.
He has Super White Tyler.
Super White Tyler.
I have
yeah.
Gub. You know, no cheers for that. Eduardo has Jedward. What's Jamal's nickname? Give him one.
I mean,
in
I
the
kind of want
comments
like
here.
Jay Shiesty.
Jay Shiesty go kind of
Jay
crazy.
Shiesty go kind of crazy, right?
Imagine Jay Shiesty wins nickname of the year.
Hey, I'll take it. Bro. Jay Shiesty
might.
wins this one, bro. Come on, bro. And you got Joe Shiesty potentially going to the Super Bowl. Like, come on, bro.
It'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Potentially
We
going.
got to get Joe Shiesty on here to talk to Jay Shiesty a little bit.
All right, we got the Shiesty episode.
Episode.
And then we get Pooh Shiesty himself to be like,
Yeah, actually, he went to the Super Bowl. Like, all right, how did it feel? Joe.
That's crazy. I was a fan of you guys for so long. I'm like, that's crazy.
You know this one commenter you had that one time? That's me.
That's it.
I'm like, which comment? There's three of them.
He's actually linked.
I deleted it. He's linked.
He's actually linked. No, I'm actually Gabe's.
Are you Joe Burrow?
No, I'm actually Gabe's feet.
That's crazy.
No, he's Jose's feet. He has class.
If Joe Burrow is Gabe's feet, that'd be crazy.
Because like Jose and Joe, that's like basically the same name.
I do call Jose Joe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Jose.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get this shit going. Because I'm excited to see what y'all picked.
For sure, but first things first, we're gonna do what you guys recommended, or at least what Links is recommended here. He wanted us to do kind of what we did in the earlier episode, 67. We just go through the bracket ourselves before we go through the actual results and just give our opinions on these things here.
Yeah.
So let's just start it off at the top here. We got.
I also have it written down right
I mean,
here.
we could have just like give our thoughts and then two wins afterwards if we want to.
That's what I was gonna do.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's
so
good,
I have it
okay.
written down right here, the matchups. I didn't.
I'm pretty sure
well, I
he
mean, I
has
can
them.
just
Yeah,
look
he has
at
them
it
right there
now.
too.
Yeah, either way, whatever. So, first matchup, we have Jowp X Gabe versus Martian Manhunter Gabe.
The Battle of the Games.
Yeah, yeah.
Battle of
Yeah,
Games.
Gabe.
Isn't that what the round 2 is about, right? Yeah.
I
guess not. It's
no,
only
it's like the
once.
only one.
Yeah.
No, it's still Deven v. Eduardo. That's round 2.
Yeah, that's the round 2 theme right now.
Even with this one too.
Yeah, that's like I said.
Yeah.
It's Deven versus
Yeah.
Eduardo and Gabe versus Gabe. That's all that bracket is.
Updated the straw poll one.
Yeah, because I just didn't put it down.
So, yeah, Jowp X Gabe versus Martian Manhunter Gabe. What do we got here, boys? What are we thinking?
I mean, when I first came to this, right, I was thinking Martian Manhunter got this. You know,
Right.
it was. I think it was mainly between his interchangeability and him being comparable. You know,
To Superman.
to Superman. So like,
Yeah.
I don't really see a reason why Gabe or how Gabe wins this.
Mhm.
But you know, Gabe's smart. Maybe you find a way, figure out what he's capable of. But
We also talked about I guess it was during the capsule episode that Jowp X Gabe, not that he has hacks, but he kind of has some hacks, like in the way that like he kind of just has a lot of things in his disposal that he just like has.
I mean, this can tie into what recently we have Discovery. The Reddit was being used by someone.
Finally, yes.
So we
Yeah.
we went to the Reddit and we saw Tye Knot, the boy, right? You
Yeah,
guys
our
maybe
boy.
heard of him a couple times. He made a post about the tournament effectively. His was just like a ranking of all 32 people. He basically just ranked them like as if it was like a regular tournament.
Like
if they were
strength,
seeded, what would they be seeded in?
Yeah, Jowp Gabe got 5.
Yeah, he ranked Jowp 5, and Deven was curious about it, so he asked him about it. So is Tye Knot the reason like you kind of changed your opinion a little bit on Jowp?
I tad a bit. I was thinking about like everything you have at your disposal and what you're capable of. Like you made the Speed Force, and he made a fun argument like, if you have all these things, why not give them to yourself? I was like,
especially once you perfect it.
Once you perfect it, like sure, that's a fine argument.
Yeah.
So like seeded 5, you know what? That's not even that crazy to think about. Because at first he had you over like Giant Ball Z characters and the God Trio. I was like, whoa, calm down.
I think it's bugging.
But he convinced me otherwise.
Yeah, I wanna look so we can see what he says. So he says, Deven here says Jowp at 5 is crazy. He says Jowp is what he believes to be the smartest variant here, being able to create all things he has in a world without fictional materials, since Jowp is just a branch timeline. He says in an episode that he has Eduardo in his basement for 15 years trying an assortment of experiments and creations. Although we don't know the extent of what he's created, we do know that in this time of running experiments on Eduardo as a guinea pig, he has somehow managed to not kill Eduardo, and with the sheer amount of things he's tried on him without prior testing, I would assume, at the end of it, we know he left Eduardo with only the ghoul serum, meaning he could not only inject Eduardo with whatever power or serum he was testing, but also remove them, which is seemingly an impossible thing to do. I don't know about that.
I know it depends, because like if you inject him with something that like actually modifies his DNA, to like then go back in and unmodify it.
No, just says no.
So this is like
so it is a crazy feat.
It's pretty crazy.
It's
like you're literally like changing. Imagine changing someone's DNA to have like. I mean, it's a little bit. It's just changing the DNA, and then you're going back. You're making something that goes back in is like, regardless like what the other DNA is, just this one section, take it out.
That's crazy.
Of every cell in this dude's body.
Yeah. I guess I never thought about Jowp fixing it like that. Tyler and Tana had some different insight than I did. I never thought about the whole like removing thing. I was just like, oh, this is what happens. You know, just remove it. Yeah, it's like easy clap. But I was like, I guess like when you comes down to it, like the Speed Force, right? If I tested the Speed Force on Eduardo, like to just take that out is like kind of insane.
Yeah,
Speed Force kind of makes more sense.
It does because of the show and everything. We've seen it being taken.
We've seen it taken away.
Yeah. Where did I leave off at? I know Gabe states that he tests all these serums and powers on Eduardo out of boredom, but after seeing so many things tested and some of them maybe even working, I wouldn't put it past Gabe to then inject himself with some of those powers as well. So on top of being the most intelligent variant, he could also very well be the most unpredictable when it comes to power set. After rewatching it, he does state that one of the things he created in this time span was the Speed Force, which in DC alone is one of the most overpowered things to have. We also know that he has a level of mind control because he says he can convince anyone to do anything he says, with the only outlier being Eduardo in the universe being immune. I think so much of the extent of what Gabe can do is unknown, but the potential based on what is known makes me rank him very highly.
Yeah, and I totally agree with all that. To kind of backtrack a little bit, to be like an anti-Gabe person, you know, even though you had the Speed Force, it's getting character. Even though you had the Speed Force, doesn't mean you're automatically like, you know, the fastest being alive. True. There's plenty of those people who have the Speed Force who are kind of like doo-doo cheeks.
We also have to take into account like he has other things that stack on.
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying like, people see the Speed Force, they automatically think of the Flash, but there's plenty of other people who have the Speed Force who aren't as fast as Barry or aren't even close. So
they're just like Mach 1.
Yeah, so we gotta take it with a grain of salt when we're talking about the Speed Force.
Of course, for sure. But he wasn't sitting there saying I'm Barry.
No, of course. But I'm not saying like when people first think about it, the first thing you think about is Wally and Barry.
Yeah.
Just to level the playing field here a bit.
Because I remember you talked about that during the capsule episode, and I was just like. I just, because I guess it's been so long, I just didn't think about that. Because it kind of is like a one-off thing. Like you just like, oh yeah, I did this. And then it just, okay.
That's like the whole like, the thing is like, Tye Knot brings up a whole bunch of things that I didn't even think about because they were just mentioned.
It's like a half a sentence.
It was like half a sentence. Tye Knot like heard that half a sentence, was like, I got it. That's it. Like, I mean, that's my argument.
It's implied. If you do these things, it's implied that you can do other things with it. Like it just,
and then
simple
deduction.
deduction.
If you think about like Barry Allen, just a normal guy. Or like Wally, like obviously we said they're not that level, but like think about like earlier on, they're just normal people that have it, and then you have to take into account like you have super soldier serum, you have ghoul serum, so you have other stuff on top of that. So now you're already like beyond insane, and then you have that on top of that, and it's like that's a tough competition.
It is a tough competition, but regardless, I think I still got Martian Manhunter just because he's a plethora of abilities.
See, I would agree.
a lot of abilities. Like I don't know, because like just like how Gabe has a lot of abilities, so does Martian Manhunter. So maybe they start going back and forth like what abilities.
I would agree with you, but then I was thinking about the capsule episode when you said surely one of your attacks will have fire in it. It'll cause some type of fire, and because Gabe is so like Jowp Gabe is so hyper intelligent. He's looking for weaknesses. So he's like, this guy has no weaknesses. He has no weaknesses. And you're going to do something that causes like, even like the most minute, like even just like heat change. And then you're going to see him like do something. You're like, that's weird. I'm going to add more heat. And then you add more heat. And then it's like, oh wait, your weakness is just like heat or fire. And then now that he knows the weakness, he's like, okay, I'm just going to go after it now. Yeah,
which is smart. I was thinking about that as well. Then I guess it gets to a point where like how long can Jowp Gabe last against the Martian Manhunter? Of course. It gets to the point where like does he have enough time to deduce that? Because just because he knows it's heat and he has heat based like attacks, just him being by fire, like fire is his weakness, but fire just isn't like just how do I explain it? It's not like an absolute or like hard.
No, it's not like kryptonite, Or
well, it does. It is, but
like it's more of a fear than
it's more of a fear.
Yeah, but like my thing is. I'm sure Gabe would know that the Martian Manhunter is really strong, right? Some semblance of strength. So like you probably wouldn't let yourself get hit, and if you are about to get hit because you do have the Speed Force with the hyper awareness, you could like phase through it effectively. So it's like you're both intangible, which can prolong the battle to the point where he can find that weakness.
Of course.
Because I mean, and this is coming from the guy that I had Martian Manhunter Gabe beating Jowp Gabe. Like until like last week, just thinking about it, like it makes more sense, I think, to give Jowp Gabe the edge.
Yeah, I mean, this is a close battle. I'm not saying it's a wash or anything. This is a pretty close battle. Just I want to give Martian Manhunter the edge because
especially though, like if Gabe gave Jose a nuke tooth, who's to say he doesn't have a nuke tooth himself?
Well, that's just a suicide bomb, though.
But if Jose could tank it, you could tank it. More than likely.
We don't know if Jose can tank it. We assumed he could tank it. We don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could probably figure out a way to tank it.
Maybe I'd have to rewatch the episode, but I don't remember.
Because I thought Jose was like a copy of Jose. No,
it was a copy of Jose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'd have to go into the mind of Gabe when he made Jowp and see if.
But then again, you could also like if you know it's there, you could like phase the tooth out of your. I don't know. Like I'll just like pull the tooth out and like.
I could bite it and then phase out.
Yeah, just phase through it.
I mean, even then, what's stopping?
Then again, are we thinking Martian Manhunter can't just phase as well?
Yeah, he can phase.
Oh, well, what's stopping him just flying away from?
I didn't know like the heat of the nuke.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to.
Like the heat, because he's such an immense, like hotter, like was it 3-4 times the surface of the sun?
Yeah,
it's like insane.
But think about how fast he is. Like he could just feasibly get away right before, like I don't know, maybe unless Gabe just does it,
offer it.
Well, not Martian Manhunter could read minds. He'd be like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? And he read mine. He reads your mind. This nigga don't blow me up.
What if I just have a resistance to mind reading? I'm also have telepathy or not telepathy power, like mind control powers in itself. And usually in fiction, people have telekinetic powers like that. They have a resistance to it.
They have like somewhat resistance.
Like Emma Frost can't just go like, let me read Professor X's mind real quick, and vice versa. They can't read each other's mind
because he's a better telepath. I think there's levels to it.
He can't read hers either. It's the same way.
I feel like she would just have like a resistance to it.
The only way at least I remember that he's read her mind was through Cerebro, not just like raw.
Maybe. It's been a while since I read an X-Men comic, so.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I have read an X-Men comic. I just know based on like researching Professor X before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've never read an X-Men comic, but I don't read them very often.
Yeah, I haven't, so.
I read a couple.
I'm not in my comic bag yet.
Well, when it comes to here, this one is an argument. Obviously, you guys know already. I already had Jowp Gabe originally going on forward, but I had different reasons, and you guys will see this eventually in May why I had him going over at the time. But Tye Knots actually gives me like a better argument than I ever had here. When he was writing that, I read something and I was like, he said because he made the point that I'm doing this in a world without like fictional materials that like DC has, right, to do stuff like Lex Luthor has and all that, and that this is just a branch timeline. And because this is just a branch timeline, I know who Martian Manhunter is. It's me, so I know his weakness. I don't have to figure it out. I already know it.
That is true.
So off rip, not only do I know it, I know what he can do. Like I know all of what Martian Manhunter can do, so I know his powers and everything.
True.
So going into this, I know what it is.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, while also thinking of that, I'm like, well, Martian Manhunter Gabe is also a branch timeline version of me, and that's after Jowp X, so he knows of Jowp X.
True.
So it brings up another point.
I'm not reading this nigga every move. I'm like,
Exactly. So I'm like,
bar for bar.
I'm gonna read his bar for bar. Yeah, true. So
because Martian Manhunter Game comes from the timeline where we just like find out there's an alternative Earth, and I go there. I don't remember how I went there, but I went there, and the Martian Manhunter was like, blood, now you're Martian.
True.
Like, so I mean, it's still me, so I know of Jowp X Game existing. So in this hypothetical scenario where we're somehow brought in this like tournament, I'm like, I know what this nigga can do.
like, I know what you can do.
Yeah, so it's like we both know what each other can do.
At this point, yeah, just
It'll
like
become like a Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
yeah, we're like, that's funny.
But this is truly a 50-50.
It is. Originally, I did
cases.
think this could be a wash here because Jowp X Gabe, I was like, fire is such an easy weakness. Just clap it, right? Like,
Yeah.
But then knowing that Martian Manhunter also knows who Jowp X Gabe is, I think he'll play it cautiously. It's me. Like, I'm not going to go in there like Eduardo and just monkey brain the fight.
Monkey brain the fight, yeah.
Like, I'm a strategize. So
Yeah.
I think this one's really close. And even though I did pick Jowp X Gabe here, I wouldn't be mad if anyone wins here. This one could be a 50-50.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad either way. I think Jowp X might have the edge only because like our fans know Jowp X. He's such a lovable character, so he might get the edge on that.
This is kind of like the same vein as like Gojo Gabe versus Doctor Strange Tyler. It's a 50-50. I can see it going either way, really. Like you can make cases for each one.
For sure,
It's just like you have to make the case.
I think
That reminds me, who made a Lynx's, right? Lynx's made a good case for Doctor Strange, and I feel like you guys should take a little lesson from Lynx's a little bit.
Yeah, go back and like read his comment. He had like a big like almost like an
Obviously, you
essay.
can't change
But
the
it was
results
really
now,
good.
but I think Doctor Strange should have gotten more votes. Like the fact that Gojo washed
It was
him,
a wash.
It was a wash. It should have been a wash.
What was it, like 75% or something like that?
I think it was more. It's like 80 or 90.
It was like a
He
wash,
washed
and I was
him.
like, this shouldn't be a wash. Like it's just it's literally just the fact of like I know that Doctor Strange has something in his repertoire to win. I'm just too like ignorant to know what it is.
Well, I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, I think people are just like they vote
Didn't know
for
it,
it.
yeah.
They vote for like what
they
most
think,
most likely like.
Well, and
yeah,
they also
I'm
probably think of like we said, MCU Doctor Strange. They don't think of like comic.
But then
Doctor
again, the fact that Batman versus Ginyu was a closer fight than that one is just
Not even closer.
the
Batman
result.
won.
Yeah, forget about the result though. Just the fact that it was a closer fight is still crazy though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, enough about that. So yeah,
let's get on to this one.
50-50. I'm gonna go with my original pick though, Jowp X Gabe here, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I might be a flip pick. I think I might go Jowp X Gabe as well.
You're gonna flip it.
Because I've been thinking. I actually thought about this like a week ago. And I was like just thinking about all like what they have in the repertoire, and I was like, I kind of want to put the edge towards Jowp X Gabe. Like I'm literally saying like 50.1 to 49.9. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Much Manor is not that popular of a character, so we'll see.
You're talking about the Justice League. He's one of the core members.
I know.
Let's not.
Yeah, you're right.
You watched
underrate
Young
him
Justice.
like
You
that.
saw him.
Yeah, you saw him.
He's in all the Justice League cartoons. Let's not underrate him. He's not Hawkman. They acted like he's Hawkman or something.
Man, Hawkman was there too. I'm just saying.
Or we're Hawkman Deven for Jowp Tournament 2, maybe. All right, let's see it. It is. I don't know if you'd call this one close or whatnot.
I consider that a wash, almost.
It's a 67% to 32%. Jowp X Gabe does win this one.
Yeah, I assumed that much.
Yeah. And also, I want to say, before we get in farther into this, last time you guys know we had the tie between Gambit and Spider-Man Eduardo, Spider-Man Tyler. I mean, this one has 31 votes, so that means there should be no ties here. So that's pretty cool. So we know we're not gonna have any draws here, so everything should be decided. So we shouldn't have to do any more polls. And that's
Unless they
good.
just skipped it.
No, you can't. I made it more
Isn't-
required
okay,
this time.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, you could just like skip it. I don't know.
Because I remember I was looking back at round one. They were all optional, so I think someone didn't vote on one of them. I don't know which one it was. I'd have to go back and look. But someone nah, I'm not voting on this one. So I was like, I'm gonna make them all required. So,
I guess I don't know.
so
Yeah.
get it. All right, so yeah, that's one. Any like nothing surprising really here.
I'm surprised that it wasn't close, but I mean
But like I said, I don't know. I feel like even though like everyone knows Martian Manhunter by name, they don't know what he's capable of. Like he's a pretty strong dude.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe that is it because in the Justice League show, he doesn't really do much
He doesn't
other
really
than
do
phase and fly around.
He's just kind of there.
He phases and flies around.
You see more of his
You don't even-
knees?
See more.
The thing is with Martian Manhunter, you don't even see his telepath side until you get to like the comics. He doesn't do that in the shows. That's like it's not a comic only thing. He does it sometimes in the Justice League show, but it's not a thing they harp on.
Yeah.
And another thing, and also in this poll at the end here. We have like a section where people could explain their picks. I don't know if I was thinking about doing this time, but I was just gonna ask like you guys and you guys here as well. For next time, should I maybe do it after every single one so they can explain?
I think
like
yeah,
the
you can explain. I
battle?
want this one pick. Yeah.
Yeah, because now what it's gonna be like is we're gonna have to wait till the end.
It's gonna be in the.
I mean, let's talk about it at the end. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of doing it after each one because then you can just skip it if you want.
Themed,
yeah, you can just skip it if you want, but you can actually be like, no, this one, like I want to talk about this one battle, as opposed to like during this battle, I think. But it's like you just be like, hey, this person.
Yeah, I wonder if there's gonna be like paragraphs in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in.
All right, let's see. Next matchup we have Batman Gabe versus Professor X Gabe here. Yeah. The Gabe matchup here.
Yeah, I think this one.
Oh, so there's two. Yeah, okay.
See,
I thought there was one.
My heart wants to say wash Professor X because I don't think Batman Gabe has any kind of like
resistance.
He doesn't have any resistance. Like even if you know what he's capable of, you can't do anything about it.
Batman has some mental resistance, but not to that extent where they know.
Professor X. Yeah.
Nah, you ain't controlling me.
You're not controlling me, fam. I am him,
me, bro.
I am him.
But then it's like you gotta think about like. Batman Deven versus
Ginyu
Gabe? It's like they might vote for the Batman over the Professor X.
To play devil's advocate here, though, Batman Deven, in my opinion at least, is the superior Batman in lore. Maybe not feat wise because Batman Gabe has more like lore. He's talked about more
established.
But I think just lore wise, Batman Deven should be the strongest Batman because he was in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
So unless I could see the argument of maybe, Batman Gabe could be stronger, but he wasn't the strongest Gabe, so that's why he wasn't, or like the smartest Gabe, so he wasn't in the Illuminati. But so maybe to play devil's advocate there, maybe the Illuminati helped boost people's opinion of Deven in that version.
I can give you that, like the possibility that that's true. I think that like we talked about, I don't know if we talked about during the episode or after the episode, but people like might have thought about Batman, like Batman's just him taking it like at his peak and like just like he beats Ginyu Gabe.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll get into that one more.
We'll talk about that one later.
But like Batman Gabe versus Professor X Gabe here, I think we all across the board.
I don't even know what to say about this matchup.
I think it should be a wash. Personally,
we all think here Professor X Gabe should just be. I'm me, right? So I know this. I'm like, kill yourself. Like I'm not playing games. I'm not playing games with Gabe here.
Nightmare.
There's answer your skin. There's answer your skin.
I'm in your walls.
Can't like Professor X Gabe just like blow up your brain too, like with information? Because he can like throw other people's like thoughts in your head.
He probably could. Yeah,
because you can like link people, I believe.
Yeah.
I think personally.
Well, he can also send psionic blasts. I don't know if we're taking that version of Professor X, but I know he can. It's just like a bolt of mental energy or something. Like he can do that.
I guess I don't know. I know you can like stop him in his tracks, like stop.
How does he do that? He just stop their brain?
I have no clue the ways to do it.
I mean, he probably could like just block the signals going from the brain to the body, like the motor signals.
So how he's doing that? Who knows?
Well, yeah. So it's like the musculoskeletal signal. So it's like they can't move, but like the.
I mean, he's a form of telekinesis. Even though telepathy is his main power, he has minor telekinesis.
Yeah, we talked about this before. How like I said he like lifted up the X-wing before. He has telekinesis. He just doesn't use it.
Just show Batman like his parents dying again, just like they died.
Put him like Itachi's him, just
Itachi's like infinite. There's his parents just dying.
I mean, it's me. It's not Batman. It's not Bruce Wayne.
Well, your parents dying then.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's still Itachi. He do whatever he wants to.
He's Tsukuyomi. That's crazy. Do you think that would affect Batman?
And then you kill him, and then he's like,
knowing Batman, do you think a Tsukuyomi would really affect him? I don't think so. I think he's eating that.
I don't know, bro. Like you're gonna like Batman Gabe will like kill Professor X Gabe, and then he goes. And there's this Professor X Gabe just like sitting there, just waiting.
I don't know. I think Batman is lucky eating that.
I don't know.
He's trauma doesn't affect him like that. He's not weak to it.
Yeah. I still think it's a wash. That was just
I still a wash. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I just think Professor X Gabe should just be like, get your batarang, slit your throat. Easy money.
Come on, man. That's easy.
Yeah. So this one should be a wash here, but we'll see. Also, I just want to say, you guys are severely downplaying Martian Manhunter. Y'all better not cock-ride Batman. You can't just be like,
That's what I'm saying,
man. You can be like, Martian Manhunter, that nigga's mid, bro. But Batman, he's him.
He's him.
Like, come on, bro. Let's not do that.
Let's not forget that Jowp Gabe, he tortured Eduardo for 15 years and he didn't escape. Come on, man. Martian Manhunter can't do that.
I guess.
He ain't doing that.
I guess he can't. Yeah, no. There's no way he could capture Eduardo. Plain human Eduardo.
Did you make 2 tabs?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, this one is
closer,
relatively close here. It's 41 to 58.
And why is it so close? Did Batman win?
Batman Gabe didn't win it over Professor X, dude.
I hate it here, bro. I hate it here.
I didn't realize our fan base was a bunch of Batman fans in here.
Where did they come from? We didn't even talk about Batman.
We talked about Batman a few times. Obviously, we have 2 Batman variants. So obviously, we talked about him.
Like, I like Batman and all, but like, he's not being Professor X. Y'all are actually capping right now.
Maybe he knew this was gonna happen, so he made like a resistance helmet.
Like, that's an argument I see when we go down here. If I see an argument that if I see like Batman's just different or something, like I'm done.
He's gonna say slit his throat. He's be like, I got you, psych.
Like when we go down to their answers, you guys better have explained why Batman's winning this, because I want to know.
It was all fun and games when Batman Deven beat getting you Gabe. Like, all right,
that's not even fun and games.
There's
really fun and games.
There's an argument that is so outlandish, but it works. I see no possibility of Batman just saying to getting around this ability. I see no possibility whatsoever.
I mean, personally, I think this makes a little more sense than it would be for Gabe.
No, I see no possibility of him.
I'm actually with Deven here. I do agree. I can see someone making the argument that he pulls like a Vegeta, or not a Vegeta necessarily, but like kind of how like, oh, if he somehow, some way convinces Ginyu to change bodies with him, he can just like throw a frog and then stomp on the frog.
That's the only win con. But like,
that's at least a win con. I don't see a win con here.
That's a very stretched win con.
It doesn't matter. It's still a win con. I see 0 here.
I mean, the win con could just be like, he's built different.
That's not the win con though.
He's like, kill yourself. Nah. I've been there before.
I don't know. Maybe
it's like they're like, he goes, kill yourself. All right, I killed Bruce Wayne, but I'm the Batman.
I don't know. Maybe people think about Patrick Stewart. Like, I don't know. Patrick Stewart's game bodied.
Sure. All right. Well, that bullshit is out of here now.
Yeah. No, y'all feel.
You know, I might just change my bracket. I might just say Batman v Batman finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look like this.
What are they gonna say when it's Batman Deven versus Superman Tyler? Batman v Superman. You got me tonight, bro.
Okay, I thought like actually wouldn't be bad because
it's gonna be like Batman just is Batman.
Dude, that's the thing. The fact that Batman v Superman is a possibility is crazy because I know who will win. If Batman gets that far, you know he's winning.
You know he's winning.
There's no shot anyone's gonna be like, look, I know Batman has fought Superman before and won, but this one's different. Tyler's different. I don't think people are gonna make that argument.
Man, I think I gotta step in. I'm like, no, Professor X game wins. I'm gonna step in.
But like, it's starting to shape up that it could actually be a Batman v Batman finals, and that would be crazy.
I'd be pretty sad. This whole tournament is just to have Batman cockfighting.
Well, now I have to throw my bracket. I hate it here, dude.
This is just the Batman tournament. Luckily, he's versing Jowp X Gabe next. Jowp X Gabe should just dog walk this nigga. So he should. He should.
I don't know.
He should.
Right? It's like a contingency plan for the Flash. And you know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, we don't know, but all right. Next one here, we have Disease God Disciple Deven versus Probability Eduardo.
I still say wash.
And my book should also be a wash here. Probability Eduardo at the end of the day is just a regular human
with just like enhanced luck.
He's a dude.
Probability powers, but at the end of the day,
it's
just like a fly versus a T-Rex. Like, what's he gonna do? At the end, how's he gonna hurt the T-Rex? He ain't.
I mean, he can. I mean, he has minor like reality manipulation.
He does,
yeah, but I feel like to what extent could he do anything? Like, if he touches your body, you just give him a disease.
Yeah. So I mean, if we're starting off far, he's like, all right, I bet there's a 99% chance it's meteor right there.
I mean, you also just put like a disease.
You don't think you can tank a meteor? You're fighting gods, bro.
Right. Yeah. So
you're eating a meteor.
So my thing is like, I don't think he could really do anything because you are on like the pseudo god level. So it's like, because he is just a regular guy with like probability powers, I don't think he can really do anything to you. And this is like, the probability for heart stopping is 99%, and you're like, gods don't need hearts.
Oh, well, it'd be funny. I had a high sodium take, and all right, 90% chance.
That's what
your heart attack.
99% AIDS in the air. he's like,
your eye chlamydia,
your nose syphilis. And he's like,
I can see the sea god Deven being like quippy and being like as soon as the word says like a chance, he's like, oh, there's 99% chance you have syphilis.
No, he goes, he's like, no, 100% chance you have syphilis.
Yeah, this should be a watch.
Yeah, this one should be a watch here. Not much to
plus,
talk about.
Let's say he does go the meteor route. He's still like, you're a pseudo god. I'm pretty sure you can tank a meteor.
He's eating that.
You can tank it. You just be like, get out of here, bro. What is this? Look at this dude.
Look at I don't see a win con here for Eduardo.
Nah.
Alrighty, let's get to it. Dude, this is crazy. Nearly a 50-50 split. Based on these percentages, I would assume that means it's a one vote difference.
Yeah.
It is in Deceased God's favor here. So Deven did win it by one vote. What is this? 16 to 15. So some niggas were riding for.
Who are y'all niggas, bro? We gotta talk.
Let me remind you, he can't do 100%. He can't just be like 100%.
And he can't be zeros either. He can't do absolutes.
He can't do absolutes at all.
Yeah, his only ability, if it can happen, he can increase the likelihood.
Yeah, we also said that like it has to be able to happen.
Yeah,
he can't he can't actually just warp reality. But like because like we said that like he can't be like the chances you just die are increased. But like if the chances are already 0, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
he can't like make chances where there aren't any.
Man, there's something wrong with y'all, dog.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
I'm
with
starting
this.
to lose faith in our fan base.
What is last round 1? You guys were a lot more solid than this, bro.
There's a couple weird ones, but I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take the couple weird ones.
It's a little weird, champ, but it's
right
fine.
now. I mean, aside from Jowp Gabe here, I mean, even then, I'm still a little weird about it because of how it was.
A wash. Yeah.
But like all these 3 so far, kind of weird, champ. Like Tyler said, like
kind of weird, champ.
What are these results, guys? What are we doing here today?
Yeah. This next one I think should be really interesting.
Next one. Yeah, I mean, this one I could actually see. This is what I think the last one should have been, or like a near 50-50.
Yeah.
This one's a close one here. We have
but no, wait, man, they're probably going to say wash Blood God Eduardo.
Maybe.
Like, at this point,
every time we think it's a close, it's a wash. We think it's a wash, it's close. Because like the complete opposite of us.
Yeah, because we're rational thinkers. We're actually thinking about these matchups.
Because this one's tough. Chuuya Deven's cannon can make black holes.
So we got.
So it's like.
Yeah, let's go. Let's say the names here. We got Chuuya Deven here versus Blood God Disciple Eduardo here.
Yeah.
So
I just want to say it's canon. Chuuya Deven makes black holes.
That is canon. True.
That's canon. And it's like even though he's a god, he's not a universal god. We established that. So it's like.
He's still pseudo though.
He's a pseudo god.
He's still pseudo god.
But it's like a black hole's a black hole. That's tough.
Not only the black hole, like gravity itself is such like a useful ability.
But
like I can hear the word gravity and not think of Poochie. Yeah. It's ingrained in my head.
I'm like, all right, I gotta be Eduardo. I gotta create a new universe.
They just said, let me real quick. Sea Moon. I mean, that's a question. Can you do what Sea Moon? Can you inside out niggas with gravity?
I would say no. Your gravity's not that strong.
Yeah, I don't think Sea Moon. I mean, I guess. No, I can't do that. That was his ability he had. When he punched people, like anything he punched.
That was just gravity, though.
It wasn't just gravity. Just
that's part of it.
It was like his ability. Anything he punched, it would just become inversed. And yeah, it was technically gravity, but it wasn't gravity. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like it's a gravitational power, but it wasn't gravity itself.
Yeah, it wasn't gravity itself.
I think Sea Moon was gravity, but Made in Heaven was like. Different.
Time.
This time, yeah.
I mean, it was technically gravity.
I mean, like, yes, like at a point, like black holes bend time. So it's like they bend time.
Yeah.
Because they bend light. So it's like it is rooted in gravity, but it's like Sea Moon's the gravity, and then Made in Heaven is the time. So it's like an evolution of it. I don't think Deven could like.
It'd be kind of funny, man. I start floating up in the air.
He starts the universe to the point where like
he just starts resetting the universe. He starts the point where he's the top guy.
He made it so like
Gojo Deven.
That'd
be funny because like the universe resetting like changed everything. It's like it's an alternate time. It's like Gojo Deven, Doctor Strange Gabe.
Everything just flipped. The universe just flipped.
It's like everything changes. Like Jowp Eduardo's actually
I'm sitting there. You're sitting there.
Actually, no. It's like Jowp Tyler instead. So it's like you're actually Gabe in that situation.
It would be funny if I got to the point where, like in the tournament where like Chuuya Deven had to fight Gojo Gabe. I'm like, I'm not fighting this nigga. I'm resetting the universe close enough to where Gojo's a baby, killing that nigga. What the
Yeah. But I mean, this is actually like
no. This one's genuinely hard for me.
It's hard because like you can make a case for Chuuya Deven, but then again, like all Eduardo has to do is see blood. That's all he has to do. And at the end of the day, like Chuuya Deven doesn't have like any. I don't think it's established that he has any kind of like super enhanced abilities like strength, speed, durability, anything like that. No. He's basically just a regular dude that was just like gravity manipulation.
Yeah, but
well, one thing I would say is if Deven does have blood exposed and Eduardo starts pulling it out, could Deven use gravity to just pull it back in?
But I wouldn't say pull it out. I would say he could use the blood against him. So he could like it's like sepsis. It's like sepsis. Out.
Yeah.
So he could like because he sees the blood, he could clot it. He can go like use the blood, spike, cause more blood, and then like a chain reaction.
Okay.
Assuming Eduardo's smart enough, I would assume that at this point he would know basic levels of his powers. And I would think that, well, actually, And Eduardo must be like, I'm gonna pull all the blood out of your body, and then it's like,
that's what I don't think so. I don't think, like, Eduardo's not you. He's not gonna sit there and be like, let me sepsis his blood.
What, nigga? Like,
I'm gonna take
the
hemoglobin of your blood, take off an oxygen. Now you can't breathe.
Unless blood god Eduardo's like different, but
because like I would assume like you get a pretty not base, like a pretty advanced level of like how blood works, because it's like that's your stuff. Yeah. But it's like it's also Eduardo, so like Eduardo, I think you have to put yourself in Eduardo's mind. Would Eduardo think like sepsis or like poison blood or make the blood spike and like use the blood to hurt you, or would he be like, I'm just gonna pull the blood out of your body?
I think Eduardo's first instinct would be pull the blood out, because then pull the blood out, he die.
Yeah,
like I think that's what his first thought would be.
And then plus like
no blood dead.
What's
I mean,
cool,
yeah, it's an accurate thought. No blood equals dead.
Yeah, what's cool to think though is with Chuuya Deven too, he can have like a near infinite speed. Now that I think about it, because if he can create a black hole, if he can contain it, he can manipulate it so that way he's always in the event horizon. So he's always moving relative light speed. So it's like if you could say relative light speed could speed blitz Eduardo. He basically has a pseudo form of like Gojo's Infinity.
Well, Eduardo is light speed though.
Yeah.
Not
only that, even though I'm in the event horizon, I'm only moving that fast around the event horizon. So I'm just moving that fast.
But it warps space and time, so you're not going to be like very far away. You're going to be.
But if he brings it towards Eduardo, won't Eduardo also move faster too?
Yeah, I didn't think about.
Yeah, I was like everything around that is just moving around it, so it doesn't really change anything.
It's not as good as like Made in Heaven, where it's like only Poochie like gets the benefit.
Yeah, but you were talking about like my durability and like how much the regular human and stuff, but like I can still make like barriers and stuff with gravity and stuff. Like, or is that struggle trying to get close to me? And also, what's stopping me from like, you know what? You're not allowed to touch the ground anymore. Like, if I have such precise control over gravity machine where I can make a black hole, what's stopping me from just reversing a world's gravity? Like, you're floating forever.
I mean, then again, you
but then like, what's stopping Blood God War from doing like a might guy and like stepping on air?
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
dude, this guy could go crazy.
If he starts warping like the space beneath his feet, I'm like, I'm
going. Actually, he could just like cut himself and use his own blood as like a foothold or as like a wall, or because he's using it like his own blood. So it's like
why is his blood just like staying in midair?
He can fully manipulate.
I mean, it's like liquid.
It's his own blood.
If with reverse gravity, it would just stay there. But if he hardens it would. It's like something he could push off of.
Well, actually, if you reversed gravity, then it would go up. But it's like because it's
it's not zero.
I think it's established that like he has complete control over his own blood. So I would assume, it's an assumption, that like when he would have his blood exposed, he could manipulate it into whatever form he wants because it's his own blood.
He could like blood whip and
I mean, he can control blood. What's stopping me from just removing gravity itself? So now his blood is boiling. But when blood is supposed
he's a god. He has god
like
durability.
From Jojo. Yeah, what the dude from Jojo did.
But he has god durability. So I'm sure.
Well, no, but the thing is, blood will be. I mean, I guess he has control over the blood, but the blood itself will be like. It's weird because blood gets weird when you're in space and shit. It like starts boiling and shit.
We also established that Eduardo can live without his blood.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, he can do that. Huh?
So him blood boiling doesn't really change.
He can just take it all out and then just use all his blood.
He's like cloning himself in his blood. He's like, hey, I gotta fight you.
It's just like a blood Eduardo. What's up?
It's like Toph when she had like the metal outfit.
So yeah, like, I think I have like a lot of defensive capabilities. Just
it takes one hit.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I think this is a close fight here. I think
I still think it's close.
I think can take a couple more hits than you're thinking. I don't think he's like a one-shot chump.
All it takes is a little bit of blood. I think the instant any amount of Chuuya Deven's blood is exposed, it's over.
How's he getting close to me though?
Well, yeah, he still.
He has. Yeah, I'm sure he can find a way.
Make Deven bleed. I don't think Eduardo can make him bleed in one hit. He's not that strong.
But we've established that Deven's durability is normal. Eduardo's pseudo god strength.
He has gravity. He can like protect him from like has an.
How strong would a gravity barrier be though?
But the thing is, I have such
because it's just gravity. You're not like moving the air molecules around the face so you take a hit.
Yeah, but I can do things where I can increase, like maybe I can like lessen the effects of gravity on Eduardo, so now he can barely like move as fast as he would, and then increase the gravity.
Make it heavier on Eduardo, so it's harder for him to move.
I can do either one because what I could do is make him light, so then he's like floaty, or make him heavy when he's like on the ground. I can do either one.
Because I feel like if Deven could just make him like super heavy, like just make the gravity on him so intense that Eduardo's nerfed effectively, I think that changes the fight here.
It does, yeah.
Deven's playing on maybe a more equal playing field. If you assume Blood God Eduardo's just way stronger.
Then that would depend on how much gravity would it take for Eduardo to get to that point.
Yeah.
Or I guess do something wacky.
Because if he's already this strong, like it's the same thing as like the gravity chambers in Dragon Ball. Like you get to a point where it's like it's not much. Like they used to do like 10% training on the way to Namek, and it was like, well, that was insane, but now they can do like 10,000%.
Well, yeah, but they have like Zenkai boosts and stuff.
Well, so what I'm saying is like
they get used to the gravity.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, what point is Eduardo's gonna be like?
But that
doesn't affect me.
But that's the thing. Like even Goku was struggling with like 10 times.
So that was on the way to Namek.
Yeah, and that was 10 times no gravity.
Eduardo's first time though.
Yeah, that's a Namek Goku. Namek Goku is kind of crazy, Tyler. I don't think the nigga star level.
Nigga comparing Namek Goku to Eduardo is crazy. I don't know. I just think this fight's a little closer than you might be thinking. I think you might be giving Blood God Eduardo a little too much credit.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to find win cons for Deven or for Blood God Eduardo.
Well, I think there's win cons for everyone here.
Yeah,
this is a really close one.
I'm just trying to find arguments.
As close as this fight is, though, I think they're like Blood God wins, Blood God Eduardo wins.
I actually don't even remember who I originally chose here. Do you guys remember who you originally? Because I think we all had this matchup here.
I think I might have had.
Because who'd they verse in round 1?
Oh yeah, Chuuya versed one of the Tylers, I think. Face Skin.
I think.
I think we all had him. We all had these both moving on.
I believe this. I believe this is one of my what ifs where like this could go either way.
Blood God verse.
This one. Oh, you're talking about
round one.
I think
he versed his D&D variant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a wash. Oh yeah, that was the one that was like, oh, we can go either way. Yeah.
I mean, I see Eduardo, like them voting for Eduardo, but I think there's a strong case that I could win this.
Yeah, it's 50-50. I'm assuming the fans are gonna vote for Eduardo, and I think it might even end up being a wash.
Really?
Like 60
because
plus.
all the things we think are closer.
Well, not even that. It's just like think about like how beloved the Blood God episode is, and it's like the fact that Eduardo's the main character effectively in the Blood God episode.
I wouldn't say effectively, he just is, right?
I'd say like all three of y'all kind of make. He kind of is, yeah, because it is about him.
If you were to compare it, I think it's like if it's like Naruto, Eduardo's Naruto, he's Sasuke, because that's like kind of how Blood God is structured.
I think it's more akin to like almost like Sinbad in Magi, where it's like. What? Well, like towards the end, where it's like he became so relevant, like everything was going around Sinbad. That's kind of how it was with Eduardo.
Well, I mean, the reason I use the Naruto ones, it starts with both of them. Like Naruto starts with both Naruto and Sasuke. It starts with Deven and Eduardo both being like homies, and then Eduardo goes down this dark path, and Deven has to stop. Like, I think it's like pretty comparable to Naruto.
But I would say 50-50. Maybe give the edge. I do want to give the edge to Blood God Eduardo.
Let's just say like before.
I think I picked Blood God Eduardo.
Did we all pick Blood God Eduardo originally?
Yeah, because I think I God v God in the quarters.
Yeah. I mean, Blood God is a really strong one. As much as I want to think Chuuya stands a chance here, which he does, I do think Blood God might just have the edge here. He has hacks, and he's also just strong.
Yeah, this would be a spectacle to watch, though. Just
for sure.
I keep trying to keep Eduardo out. I'm like, stay away from me.
See Eduardo just like use like the guy technique and jumps off air. I'm like, oh my god, this is going crazy.
It's like gravity times 1,000. He's like, God. You see him power up, and he's like,
yeah.
So you like increase the gravity on him, and Eduardo's like, huh, that's crazy. Takes off his shirt and then like falls through the ground.
Just like Goku, like.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh yeah, this fight would be so fun to watch. I mean, a lot of these fights I would love to see, especially like the variants we made up that are not necessarily like people that already exist.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into the results here, though. All right, it is a relatively close one here. We have 58 to 41, but Blood God does take this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it was close. I'm glad it wasn't a wash.
18.
It was almost a wash. What would you consider a wash, like percentage wise?
I think
I'd say like
6 above.
I was thinking like 66. So like 2/3 said yes.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
If it's I guess that's fair. Because I was thinking like 60-40 seems kind of fair, but like if
but
it's
like 66-33, it's like that's
a wash. Yeah,
it's 2 times the amount.
Yeah, I mean, not really mad at that one. Chuuya got more votes, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy it wasn't a wash. I'm happy some people were getting some respect to Chuuya Deven here and saying like, yeah, he stands a chance in this fight here. So I'm happy for that one. Next one here.
This one's a wash.
This one should be a wash here. We got Jowp Jose versus Gojo Gabe. Now, we've talked about the whole, do you guys have favorites based on episodes you like? Are you guys biased? This to be a test here. See how biased you are.
Yeah, bro. If you're voting for Jose, bro, I'm gonna need you to put down your comment why you think he beats him.
Because we know Jowp Gabe is probably one of the most beloved characters in the Jowp timeline, right? Like he's the most interesting one. He kills kids for fun.
Gabe or Jose?
For some reason.
Jose. You said Gabe.
Oh, Jose. Yeah, I meant yeah. Jose, because he just went around being a menace, and it was just weird. And he was salty, and then
he was just like a pseudo assassin kind of.
Yeah. He's a fun character to be around, but this is an unfortunate matchup for Jose right here.
It's just tough. I'm happy he made it this far. like recognition.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
the thing is, like,
props.
he couldn't even beat Eduardo. He's not being Gojo.
Yeah. I don't know who said this. I think this was a Lynx's comment, but to steal what Lynx said, I think Gojo Gabe brushes his teeth with Jose here.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, so this one, nothing to talk about there, and
100%, 100%.
There we go. No. That's what we like to see.
That's
no
my
one
audience.
gave him a vote.
Let's go.
He didn't stand the chance here. That's what we like to see.
I'm glad y'all have some consent.
For sure. Next one here. Another one I think should be a while. I think they're back-to-back watches.
Come on, man.
You got Superman Tyler versus Pleasure God Disciple Gabe. Ness, we've talked about how the gods are very strong. Yes, but come on. We're talking about Superman here.
I don't know. Can Superman survive being able to come 100 times? I don't know.
Can Pleasure God Gabe Disciple? We don't know if he can.
Who's making him come 100 times? Superman drinking him out? Like,
I don't know, man.
Wow, your battle is
Superman could super jerk him.
Yeah, he can.
When I think about Pleasure God, I always think about Zareth.
Oh,
not Zareth.
That's not Zareth. You're talking about like son of Zareth.
Yeah, son of Zareth.
Yeah.
Where he made everyone. Yeah, it was like if you're a virgin,
coming, basically.
It was like if you're a virgin, you like pass out or something, or if you're not a virgin, you pass out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like give you the best head.
Do you have any, play devil's advocate, Deven? Do you have any arguments for Pleasure God Gabe here?
I don't know what Superman has done. Maybe Lois ain't good in bed. So maybe Superman just doesn't know what coming good feels like.
The Pleasure God Gabe had the pink kryptonite.
He gets the pink kryptonite. Like,
I back from this.
Hey, question for the comments: do you think Superman Tyler is lasting in bed with the Pleasure God Disciple Gabe, knowing Pleasure God Disciple beat the Throat Goat? I don't know, man. Throat Goat Jose, he put the throat hold on him and it didn't affect him.
I'm just saying, I think Superman Tyler might be able to actually blow out Pleasure God Gabe's back for real. Like,
Are we really saying that?
Super cum shot. Can you take that? I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I can take it, but but Pleasure God
is Pleasure God Gabe taking a super cum shot? I don't know if he is.
I think Pleasure God here can take a facial from Superman.
What if he he squeezes real
facial,
hard
like,
and shoots it out?
Ooh, that's easy.
He's like, it's like one hit. It's like round two. I didn't hear no bell. No, I think this should be a pretty good wash.
Oh yeah, for sure. If
all jokes aside,
if Gojo Gabe is getting 100%, I think Superman Tyler should also 100% here.
I'd give it like 85 to 90.
Yeah.
All right, well let's get into it and let's see what we have. We had our fun here. 96%. Only one person voted for Pleasure God Gabe. One guy was like, he's got it. He's my goat. But yeah, it was a washer. Superman Tyler did rinse here. And I think this is the last one, right? Oh no, we still have two more. Okay. Yeah. Now this one, interesting one here. We can talk about this for a second here. So yeah, you guys know we had a split here between Gambit Eduardo and Spider-Man Tyler last time we went over this, and we did the poll, and barely squeaking it out, Gambit Eduardo won it. He barely squeaked it out there, and let's just talk about that real quick for a second here. Like that kind of surprised me, and I know Tyler was also surprised. You good, Tyler?
It could be.
He's bringing out.
Superman could versus Batman twice.
The Batman got it.
Versus Batman. I was just thinking about that. He could go Batman semifinals, Batman finals.
Oh, you were like doing that.
The Batman got it.
Superman's I hate him.
What if he beats one Batman and loses to the next one? It's like, yeah, but Gabe's different.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail it. I was just like looking. I was doing the math in my head. I was like, it could be like a Batman Superman. Sorry,
the
continue.
rematch.
Yeah, continue. Sorry,
but yeah, like the Game of the Award one. I know it surprised me and it surprised Tyler as well because
sure.
we thought this one should have just been a Spider-Man diff here.
Yeah, it should have been
not like high diff or not like a low diff, but like it should be like relatively close. But I think Spider-Man would have taken the edge, especially when you take into account it's not just like Gambit v Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man Tyler v Gambit Eduardo, and how Eduardo would use Gambit's powers.
It's also how Eduardo would think, or not Eduardo, Tyler would view a fight. Tyler's like, let me end this. Like, especially knowing
I'm not prolonging.
He knows Eduardo. He's like, Eduardo's lucky. I'm not playing this game with Eduardo.
Especially if I already know that he has like any semblance of Gambit's powers.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's going down the list of like what Spider-Man has beaten. I don't know. I get it. Y'all think that we're downplaying Gambit and he's beating these strong people. Spider-Man has taken down plenty of people. He's taken down be like Wolverine. He's gone toe to toe with
We're really playing Wolverine in there, bro. Come on.
Well, I think Wolverine.
Wolverine.
I don't know.
Gambit bodied that nigga. Okay,
hey, man,
let's also get into that for a second here, because I saw in the comments, I think it was it Linksys or was it Gabe's feet?
It was someone's. It was Linksys.
So Linksys, again, apparently the smartest guy in the comment section right now. He was talking about Gambit, and he said we were downplaying Gambit, and he was like, you guys think he's just the exploding card guy, and then Deven was like, no, we know who he is. I'm gonna be honest, I did think Gambit was just exploding card guy. I didn't know he could really do much more than that. I did look into it a little bit more after I saw you guys voted him over. I was like, let me see what he can do. So I can see he has an argument against Spider-Man. There's an argument for it. I can see it.
I still think Spider-Man.
I still think Spider-Man has it, bro.
I just think the reaction time is big enough to where he can just he gets that stuff away from Eduardo, just like gives him a concussion. With that Spider-Man strength, it's just over.
Because what's Gambit's durability relative to Spider-Man's strength?
Actually, pretty good when I looked at it.
It's pretty high.
It's pretty good.
Most mutants are.
Yeah. But I mean, I was just surprised about that one. I didn't know Gambit had it like that, and I also didn't know that you guys knew Gambit had it like that. Especially seeing how you guys downplay Martian Manhunter. You're like, I don't know that nigga Martian Manhunter, but Gambit, we know that.
Gambit,
we know him. That's our guy right there. Like, are you guys X-Men fans? Like, what is this? You guys ride or die with him?
You got X-Men fans or Batman fans? The only fans we got.
You guys are X-Men and Batman fans. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking of X-Men, we got the X-Men matchup here. We got Rogue versus Gambit, wife versus husband here, actually.
Yeah, I mean, going into this, I thought Rogue just washes, but I guess Gambit.
You want to tell him what you observed on your computer?
Yeah, see,
what is that?
No, I got to see what that scan is.
Information?
No, come on, Red Dot versus Mickey's most reliable source. Right? I got to see that scan. That's all.
What was it like? Was it Gambit takes the edge over Rogue? Or,
well, it was in strength, and basically like. I like looking at versus Wiki, not because like versus Wiki is the most reliable, but I like seeing like
it's a good first step.
I like seeing like where they set them, and then from there I like scaling people from actual like research. But they put game to like wall level to like small city, and then parentheses it said stronger than Rogue. I'm like. Why? Why? Like I don't know that people like Rogue. Why?
They legit knew this was the matchup. They're like, let me.
Like yes, you Deven. He's stronger than you. I'm like, that's
crazy.
He's on the CB.
What are the chances here that like the wife and husband reverse each other here? That's like of all the possibilities here, they just happen to be fighting each other here.
Yeah.
And we talk about possibilities like Batman versus Superman also being a possibility. Some of these matchups just happening is kind of crazy that they could even happen.
Yeah. I mean, to play devil's advocate a little bit, right? The last person I fought, Eduardo, we know that Rogue can like steal abilities and languages. Maybe I took ability to talk to.
Now you can speak.
Is that devil's advocate? Isn't this your goat? That's
That's
just your argument.
But Deven, it's you don't have Oompa Loompas.
No, I don't have them.
So you can speak the language.
Yeah, I can speak the language, but what's stopping me? What's stopping me from after the fight? I'm like, yeah, I want to see homies. And like,
you probably killed them.
I didn't kill all of them.
You killed most of them, and they're like, "Fuck you, bro. We're not gonna work with you. You killed our family."
You befriended the Oompa Loompas.
If I want to do it, I think I can do it. I think,
but
yeah.
No.
But the thing about it,
Ed Palumpa did. There's a difference. There's a difference.
I mean, it was just based on Wardo. It was just Wardo. He was just making him live. He's like, Oompa Loompa. Like, we fucking, like, oh, sorry, dude, don't chill like that.
And then you killed It's like, bro, it's like, work with me. You killed my son, my only son.
Yeah, but like, what's stopping me from like threatening them? I'll kill you. What are they about to do?
They're like, kill me then.
Why are they ride or die?
They'd rather die than work for the nigga who killed Eduardo.
Why are they
love Eduardo. They are ride or die with Eduardo. Eduardo was their god, and you killed him.
I'm their god. I'm like,
nah, they don't respect you. They're like, you can't kill my homie Eduardo and think you get away with it. They're like, kill me. You got to kill me.
You beat my boss. You see me.
Yeah, you see me. Come on. You're gonna have to run through all the Oompa Loompas. They're not chilling with you.
But to actually take it seriously, I don't see a way that Gambit really hurts Rogue, because I think she does have minor energy absorption because
of Captain Marvel.
Because Captain Marvel.
I know nothing about this fight, so I'm stick out of it.
So I don't know. I don't see what Gambit is doing to Rogue, because I know Rogue's pretty formidable, but that, like I just know what her base powers are, and that's it. Because I only read a couple of X-Men comics.
Yeah,
I'm more of like a Avengers, like another comic book reader fan.
I mean, as I've said earlier, I've barely read any X-Men comics, so I don't really know much about this, but just based on the fact that I've heard Rogue has Captain Marvel's powers now, I just have to assume she's just stronger. She should just win this one.
Yeah, she just win.
Yeah, she should just win, and also the fact that I think all she has to do is just touch him, right? Or
I think just any type of skin contact. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So.
But wouldn't
what's stopping me from getting completely naked? I'm like, all right,
because you're you.
Yeah, and what's stopping me from getting? I'm not worried about it. I'm getting completely naked.
You're seducing him or something.
No, I'm like, I'll take the skin contact. I'm getting completely naked. I'm like, all right.
But what if like
see me?
Just to kind of like throw on the other side, if they're married, if they have any kind of sex life, then like wouldn't Gambit have some kind of like durability to like in a sense?
No, because
they use protection.
Yeah. And also
a condom's enough to
maybe not like an actual it's a fictional universe, Tyler. They
Tyler,
adamantium condoms or something.
It is enough.
Rogue also has like the gloves that stop her powers. So who's to say she can't just make a condom with the same material?
Yeah. So what if you try to hit him and he's like, stop. You can't touch him. You're naked. And he's like, no.
He's keeping. He's like little brother to me. What's stopping you from grabbing that staff and chucking it, Tyler?
He's like, nope. Let's get into it because I don't know about it.
Well, what's stopping Gambit Eduardo from just like if you're naked, shoving the staff up your ass? Like, just true. Because isn't that how what's it? Your Rambo Deven got beat was getting skewered. So who's to say Eduardo doesn't just be like, what if I skewer him?
Well, who's saying that like my cheeks are just rock solid? Why are they? I am squeezing those.
Why?
I mean, if he's behind me, I'm clenching everything. I don't know what that man's that do to me.
What if Eduardo hits you with that like anime where it's like behind you?
Gambit is not speed blitzing me. And he goes, I don't care what y'all say.
But they think Gambit's beating Spider-Man, and we know their speeds are relative.
Yeah, but this is between reaction and movement speed. I don't think Gambit's moving faster than Rogue.
He apparently moved fast enough.
I can fly.
He moved fast enough to compete with Spider-Man. Yeah, and Spider-Man can swing around and use.
But for all you know, they think they beat him on a reactionary level. But if y'all think that you're dumb, but I can fly though. So what's stopping me from just flying?
What's stopping me from just throwing cards at you? He has pinpoint accuracy.
What's stopping me from just eating those hoes and absorbing the explosion?
Maybe it's not about the explosion. It's just about getting you off trajectory. When you absorb it, it still takes you off track a little bit. You're not gonna just like it's not like Kirby eating.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man.
All jokes aside, though, Rogue Deven here should be a win con here for this one.
Pretty close.
If I'm naked, I'm like slapping you across. Like, what do you over there, Tyler? I slap you across the dick with my face.
Devin just what you gonna do?
What the way? Oh yeah, it's Eduardo. I'm like, what are you gonna do, Eduardo? What the way? So
what if you just like grabbed it, like slamming in the ground?
Well, the second he touches me, I'm like, yeah. Now
he has
gloves. Huh?
What if he has gloves?
Oh yeah, true. You can have gloves.
Gambit does wear gloves, doesn't he? But his gloves are like only on these two.
What if he's like?
Am I wrong? I think he wears three.
You know what I can do with these fingers.
He's like, no. You put your dick in his face. And he's like.
I wonder if this is like his powers on your like testicles makes him explode.
I'm like,
He grabs like one ball and he's like twist it,
explode.
Oh my god!
You think you're eating your testicle getting exploded? I don't think so, Devin.
I think I just gotta. I gotta win the fight.
The one nut wonder. You're like,
the one nut wonder.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here.
50-50 almost.
Another close one. 48-51. This means it's another one voter and. It goes to Gambit Eduardo.
Oh my god.
You Gambit Eduardo fans here. What is going on here? I can't wait to see when we get to the comments if you guys explain yourself here. I don't know.
My bracket's ruined.
It's ruined.
You know what this makes me want to go read some X-Men now. Mainly Gambit. I'm gonna go read Gambit and see what you guys are on about. See if you guys are
maybe I'm comics he's like Universal for some reason.
Yeah, like maybe I read some Gambit and it's like this thing is actually him. Like what if he like I read a comic he's like, oh yeah, I beat Spider-Man. I'm like, oh that's crazy.
Yeah, Spider-Man pulled it to me. I know diffed him. It's like, all right, cool.
Like it's not like I'm a novice. Like I've definitely seen Gambit, but every time I've seen Gambit, he's like in the background doing something.
He's just like.
Every time I've seen Gambit, he's not like that impressive.
He's throwing cards.
I know. Well, I've heard the feat that he's beaten the X-Men, but it was like it was the 5-team X-Men where it was like Beast, Colossus, Wolverine, and Iceman, and obviously Professor X. Yeah. It was just that squad. It wasn't like the entire X-Men.
Yeah,
he like ran the gauntlet.
I don't know. Like I've seen a couple times like Deadpool, and Deadpool's like, yeah, I can beat you anytime, and he's like, shut up.
Deadpool can beat like almost anyone though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
last fight here. We've got Batman Deven here versus Jowp Eduardo.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got here? What are we thinking here?
I think the fans are gonna go 75% Batman Deven.
What do we think here?
I don't know, but it's Jowp Eduardo. They love Jowp Eduardo.
Yeah, but they also love Batman apparently.
I think they like him more than
who won best variant? Do you remember?
Me. We keep talking about this. Me. I won best variant.
No, that was best nickname.
I won best variant and best nickname. I have both trophies.
Which one?
Best variant. Which
variant?
ST
Devin?
No, ST Devin's.
That's nickname.
That was the best variant. No, nickname was the best for hire.
Oh.
Yeah. So ST Devin won it, really?
I guess so.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, we know they like Blood God. Blood God did win best hypothetical. We know that much.
Yeah.
I think Jowp because I feel like Eduardo is the main character of that story.
He is.
That's the point of Jowp.
And he's officially just going like, down the
gauntlet. Eduardo a main character backstory.
Yeah, he's going down like, all right, you fucked me over. All right, run it. All right, Gabe, run it. So I feel like they like Eduardo.
It's not about they like though. I'm asking your guys' opinion. We're not predicting here. We're giving our opinions here.
I don't know. This is like
we can get to like predictions later.
This is a closer fight than the Ginyu fight. I can tell you that much.
I don't think
for
so.
Sure.
Really?
The Ginyu fight should have been a wash in theory.
This is
pretty close.
This is a way closer fight.
Like wash in Ginyu's favor or Batman's favor?
Yeah, in Ginyu's favor.
Okay, so like
Jowp Eduardo fought a Deathstroke Jose effectively, and we know Batman fights Deathstroke. They said Batman beat Deathstroke
but
earlier.
Batman Devin beat Ginyu.
He did, yes, we know.
And who's to say that I'm not in Ginyu's body right now?
What?
Maybe.
I think that's a high assumption.
That is why are you in?
How else did I beat him?
That is true.
You swapped with the frog and stomped on the frog.
What frog? I spawned a frog in? I like a frog.
I thought maybe you throw like a flower. It's still sentient enough.
You're making assumptions.
You're making assumptions. I
think my only win con was making him trade bodies with me.
Yeah, I believe so too.
And then if he did.
I believe there was a frog in there, and you threw the frog in front of me.
Why would I, instead of taking the flower, why not just take his body and then kill myself? And now I'm Batman with the abilities of Ginyu. Let's go.
I think we're safe here just saying that you didn't do that.
Yeah, I think we're safe here saying you threw him in a rabbit's body and stomped on the rabbit.
Unless later on it's stated that like in the comments, like, oh yeah, they just switched bodies and then Devin's in Ginyu's body now.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
I've never assumed that.
That
was Devin's win con.
That was
not the established win con. That was Devin's win con.
That's the only win con.
Taking into account that this Batman variant of Devin is the one that beat Ginyu, and he's still alive. Like, I'm gonna have to give him the edge over Eduardo.
I mean, let's run down what Eduardo can do, right? He can use the Rasengan.
Forget about that.
He has illusionary powers.
Another thing you can forget about easily.
Yeah.
And then he just has like ghoul powers.
Shadow clones too, right?
Yeah.
Shadow
You only
clones.
make 2 shadow clones, and he has ghoul powers.
He has ghoul powers.
So
regeneration
and Deathstroke.
No. He has
I
super
think
soldier. He has super
soldiers.
soldier.
Yeah.
No. But we do know that at least in my opinion, this is probably the smartest Eduardo we'll ever see.
For sure.
Maybe barring Tony Stark Eduardo.
I'd say.
Honestly.
I feel like Tony Stark Eduardo is the way better.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like barring him, this might be the smartest version of Eduardo because this Eduardo somehow outsmarted Jowp Gabe. I don't know if you guys forgot about that. He did outsmart what Tye Knots said to be the smartest variant. Eduardo outsmarted him. That's a feat if you think about it.
Yeah, but when I look at that feat, I think it's more of a maybe Eduardo Gabe maybe underestimating him. And he also didn't know you had to fucking illusionate, man. He was like, watch this. But the second you caught on, you knew exactly, like... So at the play, like, he maybe, like, tricked you. But there's cases, like, you were just caught off guard.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Because he was guessing just make an illusionate. He made a perfect replica of his house. Like, how'd you even do that?
Without you noticing, too, because he dug underneath.
Like, for you to guess that, I don't even know what level it's like you have to be. They're like, I know he's like...
It's like, wait a minute. This tile should be a million.
Yeah, hold on.
I did still somehow figure it out, so it's like...
Well, I think you figured it out, like...
Yeah,
he just wasn't there. He just literally wasn't in his house. So you're like, wait a minute. Where's he at?
I think you discovered he has a whole other house, like, bro.
Like, I'm chilling on. Nah, bro.
You're not chilling.
Yeah. But either way, I maybe I'm a little biased, but I think Jowp Eduardo has a bit more intelligence. I think he's smart enough. Even if you do say I underestimated, still a super genius underestimating someone should still not be caught off guard that easily. It should still be hard. Like, I'm still a super genius at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And he still did trick me. So maybe it's not like, Jowp Eduardo isn't smarter than Jowp Gabe or even capable of outsmarting Gabe on his best day, but he still did it in some way.
Yeah, I think it's more of I think that feat mainly goes to like the illusionary, like how oppressive the illusion was.
Yeah, the illusion was so good that it convinced someone as smart as Jowp Gabe that it was real.
Mm.
So we know his illusions are top tier. They're not just like they're not
shady
illusions. Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
Deven, every time Jowp Eduardo gets brought up, he reminds me that Jowp Eduardo has way more powers than I keep thinking he does. Yeah. I keep thinking he's just a ghoul, but I forget.
Well, he has other abilities.
But I still want to give the edge to Batman.
I don't.
No, just for this tournament. Just for purely the fact that he somehow beat Ginyu.
So we just.
But there's so many fun matchups I had going forward. Now we just have like a Batman and a Gambit running around.
It literally could, like, depending on how the Superman versus Gojo goes, it literally could be Superman, Batman.
That's such a boring tournament.
It is. It is.
There's so many fun matchups I had going.
Let's see if the Batman fanboys carried their weight here, or so what do we think should win versus like predictions? Like predictions wise, I think
Jowp Eduardo should win.
I think Jowp Eduardo
I'm gonna say Batman, and I'm gonna say like over 70%.
Over 70%?
I'm fairly confident.
Wash.
I think that's 70, 66%. So wash. I think it's wash territory.
I think Jowp Eduardo would win, but if y'all believe I've Ginyu's body, then I'm bodying that nigga.
Yeah, true.
So let's get into it. The last fight on this one. See if this one is close. It is relatively close here, 54-45. And Jowp Eduardo pulls it out.
Okay, so you have him beating Jowp Eduardo, but he can't beat Ginyu? He has a wrestling gun.
It's only because the one win con, Tyler. You gotta think about the one win gun.
I feel like Batman has multiple win cons against Jowp Eduardo.
Like what?
He's Batman.
Like what? You gotta name him. I can name.
True.
You gotta name him, dude. You can't just say win cons.
I don't know.
That is crazy.
I literally can't.
It's a matchup game, Tyler. Come on.
I said this in the beginning, Tyler. It's a matchup game here.
This is so dumb.
But think about this for a second here, though. Just like realistically, you guys were like, yeah, Batman, he's him. Professor X, he's just gonna say no to that. But Jowp Eduardo, man, that's a tough matchup.
That's what I'm really mad about. He beat Professor X Gabe. I can't beat Jowp Eduardo. That's so dumb.
They say you're not him. You beat Ginyu, but you're not him.
So I'm actually mad about that.
Forget about the Ginyu thing, because like Deven said, it could just be a matchup thing, and you could say maybe he convinced him to switch bodies or whatever. But go back to Professor X. You said that nigga's beating Professor X, but he can't beat Jowp Eduardo.
That's how I know y'all aren't X-Men fans. You're just Gambit fans. You are not X-Men fans. You think Batman is beating Professor X. You're all just dumb.
They only read comics with Gambit in it.
Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
He is mine.
Gambit's the GOAT for real.
Well, at least that makes it more interesting for this bracket.
It does. We know it's not going to be Batman.
Thank God it's not Batman v Batman.
It does make it interesting.
All right, so
I do find, before we get into the response here, I do find it interesting. Almost all of these, barring like 3 of them, were all
pretty close.
These were all coming down
within
to
10%.
1 or 2 votes here, aside from like a couple washes here
100%.
and Jowp X Gabe one as well.
Yeah,
maybe being a wash. But, like they all came down to almost like 1 or 2 votes. Like this one, 5 vote difference, but like this one, 1 vote difference. This one, 2 vote difference. 1 vote difference. Like everything was really close here, and that makes me think. You guys kind of are on the same page here. You guys agree with each other that these guys deserve to move on, but it's just tough matchup.
It's just literally like. It could
I
be
do like
one
that nothing was washes here. Well, there were washes, but like not everything was washes.
There was 2 washes.
Yeah,
2 complete washes.
Yeah, I think I'm a little sad because I think at this point I'm out the tournament. I don't think I have any variants left in the tournament.
You have Disease God.
I don't think we're out of it.
I have Disease God. Yeah, but I don't think. Who am I fighting next? Gojo?
Blood God Eduardo.
Yeah. Okay, so at least I have 1 variant. I had all the variants. I didn't have that nigga going.
I think all of our brackets are kind of broken though, because a lot of
for sure.
A lot of our picks, I don't want to say what our picks are because I want you guys to be a little surprised.
I was gonna say like who had to go into the finals.
Yeah, but like you know, like some of our picks are kind of out, and like a lot we had some agreements on some picks that are already out, so it's like all of our brackets are kind of messed up.
Oh, I remember like who we all had to go into the finals. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like
I'm just saying we're in the the quarters, and I definitely got Ginyu in the quarters.
Yeah, I mean, I had Ginyu getting past Batman. I'll tell you that much.
I Ginyu getting past
Even
Batman.
Deven did. Deven's the biggest guy on this table arguing for Batman. He still said Ginyu should have won that.
I think Ginyu should have won that.
Like, there's 1 win con. What are the odds that actually happens? Like,
it's funny to think about that.
I think it's. I think it only did work with Goku is because like Goku was comparable to Ginyu. So he was like strong enough that he was like, I'm just gonna take this guy's body. He's stronger than me.
Yeah.
So then he was like, that's why he did change. But I
mean,
that's
even
just
then
me.
though, like Vegeta convinced him to switch with him, even though Goku was stronger than Vegeta. So
yeah, but they're still like relative to like Batman compared to Ginyu versus like Vegeta compared to Ginyu. They're closer in level.
I got you.
I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
But,
yeah, but it is what.
How many responses do we have?
Well, do you want to go through like? Let's go through the responses, then we'll just say like just the straight matchups. And
Let's see how many we have. We have 13 here, so not as many as we had.
Are they all paragraphs?
Obviously.
No, they're pretty short.
They're pretty much sentences. There's one longer one in here.
Right,
There's another paragraph. There's a couple, but pretty much what they're sentences. Okay, first one says, I mean, Batman. Okay, this is Deven, right? I assume. I mean, Batman. Deven has Ginyu body, doesn't he? He sort of washes. Is that your comment, Deven?
No.
I think Devin's lying.
That's just.
I'm not lying.
I mean, I think that's funny though, is that we all came to the same conclusion. That's his only win con. He just took Ginyu's.
Well, that's what I feel. Like I feel that for me to win, I had to take that nigga's body and kill him myself.
I just think it's funny that we're like. I think everyone that voted for Batman was just like, yeah, he just took his body and won.
It's gotta be the only win con. And
yeah.
I mean, everyone didn't think that. Obviously,
Did anyone comment in the first video about how he beats him?
He said Batman's smart. He said Batman outsmarted Brainiac. And he can outsmart Gabe and Ginyu. That was their reasoning.
That was their argument. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Gabe's feet too. But truly, I think not everyone believes I took his body because I did end up losing to Jowp Eduardo. So
yeah,
maybe some people are like, yeah, he does that, or some people are like, yeah, he's smart.
I mean, even if you did, do you really think they down? I think they might like Jowp Eduardo. They might think Jowp Eduardo was better than Ginyu.
Which
is ridiculous. They thought Batman was better than Ginyu. So I mean,
that's
maybe they don't really view Ginyu that much. Maybe they don't respect that nigga.
Yeah, maybe they don't.
They're like, Ginyu lost to Goku, bro.
Maybe they don't know anything about
That's a crazy thing. Ginyu lost to Goku. Is he really him?
Pre Super Saiyan Goku. I don't know. Maybe they just don't know Dragon Ball scaling.
They don't.
Yeah. Our next one, we have Gambit has already fought and beat Rogue before. This would be no different.
Really?
So someone does it.
Maybe it's in a comic and it's like
maybe it's like we said. I've not read Gambit comics. I've not read X-Men comics that much. Maybe this has happened. I'm not doubting you're a liar. Probably has happened.
Yeah, I'm not doubting you're a liar too. Just from what I know, what Rogue can do, I just maybe Gambit's him. I don't know. It just seems so weird in my brain because I know what she's capable of and what she has done.
I mean, this does make sense, like, because I know they're husband and wife. It would make sense that they fought before, and I don't think, knowing how Marvel writes, they wouldn't just make Rogue wash him. So, like, it does make sense.
I guess.
Yeah.
Next one. What can Eduardo really do against a black hole?
I mean, that's what I say, man. Yeah. I'm so lost.
I mean,
what is he doing? If I stuck that nigga in a black hole, what is he doing?
I mean, if it's
I guess he eats it.
Because
he takes it. He's like, oh.
it depends on like how much a black hole scales to the speed of light. We know it's dense enough to consume light, so light can't escape. But if Eduardo's faster than the speed of light, you can make a case that like if he could be fast enough, he could just escape the black hole.
Yeah.
So it could just do nothing to him.
And even then, Deven can't. When he makes the black hole, it's not a full power black hole.
Yeah.
If it was, it would destroy.
Yeah, it would destroy everything.
So it's obviously
it's an anime black hole.
It's a scale. Yeah, it's a scaled down black hole. So it's not like Eduardo necessarily has to be that fast or strong. It's not a full black hole. It's not. Eduardo's not like, or like Deven didn't just like spawn a real black hole and teleport.
Not survive.
Like it's a completely different. It's an anime black hole here, so it's not the same.
Final Fantasy character.
Yeah.
All right, next one here. Martian Manhunter does have a lot of powers, but his weakness is so dumb. Jowp Gabe should win, sadly.
I do agree.
He's reading this guy. That nigga's afraid of fire.
Fire. Are you seeing this right now?
I mean, it's kind of the conclusion we kind of said as well. So yeah, it makes sense. This next one, both Batmans had a good run, but they both take L's here. Professor X Gabe makes Batman kill himself.
Oh, yeah, you would think.
And Jowp Eduardo is just too OP for Batman Deven.
Oh, you would think that. But
you would think that.
Your peers did not agree with you.
Yeah, whoever you are, you're smart. I'm glad you're one of the good ones.
You're one of the good ones. Your peers did not agree with you, though.
You gotta go to run. Nah, they're like, Batman.
This nigga thought he was like, both Batman's had a good run, but they take L's here in the comments.
Batman's like, wrong.
He's like, one of them at least.
I hear no bell.
Batman get hit the rock.
For what is up?
A double human spirit.
You're like,
next comment says, Jowp Eduardo was a madman. That's it. No.
Hey, he's not wrong. He's bloodlusted. I think of it that nigga do it.
You can't outsmart him. He's not responding to logic. He's like, let's talk. No. Give me your hands.
Okay. You're just like, you see it like, you kill him, you throw a batarang, he dies, it's a clone, you see Rasengan going at you.
He hits you with that Minato, no,
and you're just like,
breaks your back. Pretty crazy.
That would make Bane look like a joke.
I just love that. That's just a statement. It doesn't explain it. It's just he's a madman. Enough said.
It's like Batman Deven, Jowp Eduardo.
He's crazy.
Enough said there. Batman has fought. Oh, so okay, we got an explanation here. Batman has fought telepaths before and won. So I don't see why a crippled one would stand a better chance.
Which telepath has he fought? I'm not need you to tell me which telepath. He has resisted. He resisted people reading his mind. I remember some statements where he's like, "Yeah, I put mental barriers in my brain."
That's crazy.
Don't tell you how he did that. He did. He put mental barriers in his brain so he can resist like mind reading, but mind control.
I mean, to that point, if he can resist mind control, or like mind reading? How is he not stopping mind control as well? In effect, he's stopping them from getting into their brain. So if he can't read his thoughts, how is he going to control his body? That's like a step.
But they're like mental barriers to like where he won't give up information per se. He's not like saying like, no, you can't get in my brain. It's like
it's like
he put up a barrier to like stop his like motor function. Like you can't get to my like motor function.
I guess, but this is Professor. Like, this is an. He is when you think about telepathic powers, he is at the pinnacle of that. Mm-hmm. He's insane.
Omega level.
I mean, hasn't Batman fought Martian Manhunter though? Martian Manhunter is also a telepath.
But I don't think he's on the same level as Professor X.
Well, obviously not. No.
Yeah.
But okay, let's just talk about this for a second. You calling him a crippled one is kind of downplaying Professor X. Yes, he's crippled, but that doesn't make him any weaker. Isn't he crippled because of his power? Telepath. No, he's crippled because he got shot.
He got shot. Yeah, he got shot in the back. But the thing is, like, people downplay Professor X because, like, at the end of the day, Professor X doesn't really use his powers unless he has to. And when he does, especially on a global level, he is him. Like, people forget that he's an Omega level mutant for a reason. But I don't know. And even if he does resist the telepath, like, how is he resisting the telekinesis? He can just hold that nigga up late. Like, what is he doing? Wait, you think he has telekinesis resistance? If he does?
Show me the scan.
I need scans. I need to know like who he resisted, and I'm like, oh, whatever. It's done.
Brief intermission.
Yeah, we had some technical problems here. We had to call in IT. I don't know what that was about. Where did we leave off at? We were talking about Batman.
We were talking, X, right? Yeah, we're just talking about how ridiculous that is and how that should never occur ever. But.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys in the comments. Who was the Batman fans in the last one? Was it Gabe's feet, right? Yeah, he was the one who said he's better than Brainiac. Explain, if you were one of the people, which I'm assuming you were, who voted him over Professor X game, I'm gonna need you to explain who is this telepath if you know that allegedly he has beaten before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way I can see is this downplay on Professor X's part.
Yeah.
Seems to be the caveat here a lot, especially when it comes to Batman.
Yeah,
we downplay his opponent.
Outplay himself. Yeah.
Like, this is this one random guy who has telepathic powers. Like, okay,
it's like Mustard Man has a level of telepathy.
Like, I can read your mind. Like, that means he can resist all telepathy.
Like, all right, it's not the same, but alrighty. Let's get to the next one. I think Deven was onto something during the Ginyu versus Batman matchup. So I think Professor X Gabe looks into Batman Gabe's mind, sees how awesome being Batman is, and he'll become depressed. And in that moment, Batman Gabe would end it. This is your fault, Deven.
That's not
you gave him that one.
No, because it was in character. It was sounding like Gabe in Ginyu. That's like in character for Professor X to get depressed.
It's me though. It's not Professor X Gabe. So they're using the same argument you're using. Oh. That's why they're saying that. You did this, Deven. You gave them the win con.
Are you happy with yourself?
Well, now that they're using your argument, you have to agree with them, right?
No, I don't have to agree with them.
Valid take.
I don't have to agree with them because this is also Illuminati Gabe. So for all you know, your life is better.
I thought it was Illuminati Deven.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but Professor X Gabe is
Professor X. Okay, I was thinking about the Batman.
It's Gabe at the end of the day, but we don't know what Professor X's Gabe's life is like. Also, who knows? He's fighting for all mutant kind. Maybe he's more selfless than the Gabe that we know.
Of course, is definitely a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is funny. I was like,
that's funny that they're like, yeah, I got you, Deven. They thought they were on Deven's side. Deven was like, what?
Nigga, no, I'm not on your side, bro.
Let's play devil's advocate. What?
I think arguing people is fun.
They thought Deven agreed with them.
No.
That's crazy. Martian Manhunter is weak to fire. Ain't no way Jowp X Gabe loses.
Bro, I'm tired of this downplay. I hope he knows that Martian Manhunter has fought through man, and that nigga's ability is to shoot lasers out of his eyes. Okay, he has some resistance to the heat. Okay.
See, my
the downplaying of Martian Manhunter, but the cocksucking of Batman is crazy.
If I walk up to Martian Manhunter and I have a lighter in my hand, I am not beating that nigga, bro. That's all I'm saying.
That's what they're acting like it is.
I hate it, dude.
I created a spark, and that spark scared him, bro. He was done.
Like the way that Batman devised a plan to beat Martian Manhunter is putting like termites in that nigga's skin, and then so he'd be constantly on fire forever. Like that's how he beat Martian Manhunter. It's so dumb, bro. I hate it. Oh.
All right, they're talking to you, Tyler. You want to read it? This one. Look at that part.
Read it. Yeah, read it.
Read the whole thing. Read the whole thing. Because I think they anticipated that I was reading this, so I'm gonna let Tyler read it instead. Read it like the beginning and then the parentheses.
I ain't explaining. Do you want me to like a mad voice or just like
no, just read
whatever you want to do.
I ain't explaining shit to yo ugly ass unless of course Tyler is the one reading this, in which case what's up homie, what's up homie, I love you random citizen, you're my favorite, let's go.
They just anticipated I was reading and they're like ugly ass gay eyes like
stupid ugly ass.
It's still towards you though. Even though assuming that Tyler's reading this, what does he say? Like, sup homie?
Unless Tyler's reading this, then
well, that's why I wanted him to read it because they were saying.
In which case, what's up homie? Yeah. What's up homie? I love you, bro.
I love you, random citizen.
You're my favorite. Let's go.
I love you, random voter.
That's why he's not going.
Like, Metro, I love you too, random citizen.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't say my name. For all we know, he thought Deven was reading this, so that's fair. You know what? You were probably talking to Deven.
I never read it though. I never read anything. You read everything.
I've never read the responses off of a multiverse tournament either.
Yeah, but you read the responses of other things though.
I've never done that before. This is the first time. So for all he knows, Deven.
As far as I know, Jose was here.
I don't think I've read a single thing on this podcast.
I think it makes sense that they would think Deven. It's like, oh yeah, Deven's the one who always goes in the comments and replies to people, and so of course Deven will read these.
Yeah, but I don't think I've read a single thing on the podcast.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like,
but there's more evidence that you have read more things on the podcast than I have. Nah. You read every result.
Nah. Tyler just read it.
Yeah, I did read it.
Only because you made him. You told him like, hey, Tyler, read this. It's on camera.
I didn't make him do anything.
I heard like, no, you read it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Tyler, look at this. Read it, and then you read it. All right.
All right, cool.
All I know is they're calling Deven ugly ass niggas. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Look at this cope right here.
I wonder what that's about, like pertaining to.
I don't know.
I'm explaining shit.
Oh, like I think it's just in general. They're not explaining any of their things.
Like, explain it. I'm not explaining shit, dude.
The explanation part was optional. He didn't have to. He could have just left it blank. Nigga was like, nah.
I love you, bro. You're the real one.
Like that would make sense if I made it required, but it wasn't required.
It was not required.
All right, next one. Oh, this is one of the longer ones.
I think it'd be funny if the next time he comments like, no, nigga, I'm talking about you.
In round 3, I'm talking the same thing. Specifically, Gabe.
He's like, what's your full government name? You're like, man.
The next one looks like this one went through all of them here. Actually, he numbers them. Number 1, Martian Manhunter is him. So GG to Jowp X Gabe.
Thank you, bro.
Number 2, Mind Control 2 OP. GG. All right.
Yeah.
Number 3, can't Eduardo just say the probability he wins is 99%, and with Eduardo's luck, he kind of would just win?
I mean, that would imply that
he already had a chance of winning.
Which maybe he did.
Maybe he did, but
it goes down to our Gojo and Doctor Strange thing. What is the win con then?
Yeah,
even if it is such a micro,
he can make it big, but it's like
what is the micro?
In that chance, you have to find the win con and do it. Then,
yeah. He doesn't have the stats for it.
Number 4, if Blood God Disciple Deven is even 25% of what the Blood God is, I don't see how Chuuya Deven stands a chance. Okay.
Deven or Eduardo? Did it say Deven?
Deven.
It should be Eduardo.
Blood God Disciple Deven. Yeah, he did say Blood God Disciple Deven. Weird.
I think he meant Eduardo.
I think he meant.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he meant whatever disease guy.
Well, no, because Blood God fought Chuuya.
Well, think about it. He said if Deven is even 25%, whatever, he should be
the
Chuuya.
Blood God. He said the Blood God. So he's saying if you're 25% of the Blood God.
Oh, because y'all fought the Blood God.
Yeah.
So
like, since we fought him, why wouldn't he just beat me? I guess what they're saying.
Yeah.
But he also had to help.
Yeah, but that's why he said the 25%, right?
He said even just 25%.
Because even if we said he's 50%, he's even downplaying more than that. He's like, say give him 25%, he's like, he still wins.
He's still
I guess, yeah, you're right.
So
that was kind of crazy that we said, we beat him.
Yeah. Number 5, Gojo Gabe slams. All right.
Yeah.
Number 6, Superman Tyler slams.
True.
Okay.
True.
Number 7, Rogue Deven only really needs one touch, and he should be way faster than Gambit Eduardo.
See, that's what I was thinking. I feel like I'm faster than Gambit, at least in flight. But
you got to stick though.
I guess he does. Maybe there's something I don't know about Gambit.
Yeah, maybe we're all sleeping on Gambit.
True. Yeah.
And number 8, Jowp Eduardo is quite literally built different, and the gap in power here is immense. Yeah, we thought that about Ginyu too.
like literally, like I get that y'all are saying the win con. The win con is so astronomically small. I don't see it happening. Like Ginyu can move faster than the words can leave Batman's lips, and you're saying that he can convince him.
It's crazy.
He's not bloodlusted.
It's got to be dick riding.
It doesn't have to be bloodlusted. You're, at this point, you're already at least one round in. You know what the tournament's about. You're like, okay, well, I'm trying to win. So it's like, and it's also like Ginyu Gabe. Gabe's I don't know if y'all know this. I mean, probably do. Gabe's like an ultra competitive person. When it's something that he thinks he has a chance of winning, he will go all out. Basically, like he's a very competitive person. So it's like the fact that Ginyu would like just try to speed blitz, and then if he was able to fight back, okay, this is like a fight now.
Yeah,
but it's
then
like
I would think about.
But it's like, why would you not go for the kill instantly? Because like worst comes to worst, you kill them. If not, they fight back. Now you gotta fight.
Then you could say maybe someone makes the argument. Well, I don't know Gabe like Tyler. I'm playing the hypothetical commentary.
Yeah.
I may not know Gabe like you do, Tyler, because you've known him in real life. But what I do know about this Gabe is that during the episode where they did the street level genie wishes and Eduardo wished to be Tony Stark Eduardo, this Batman Gabe was so extra cautious that he made sure Eduardo couldn't do anything, meaning he thought there was a chance Eduardo could possibly overthrow him. Meaning this Gabe is cautious, and this is still the Gabe we know. So if Gabe is overly cautious, who's to say he would even jump in to try and speed blitz Batman Deven without thinking of a strategy first? And in the time of thinking of a strategy, then Deven uses his strategy of...
Yeah, it's a pretty smart thing to do. Gabe is not one just attack mindlessly, but he's not one just like lays around. So
yeah, I was just saying like it is pretty like that should have been a wash.
Why'd you go to on a long tangent? You didn't have to do all that. I was following what you're saying.
But
you had to go on a long tangent. It was a shorter version to say that. Like, oh, you had to do all that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they have almost every pick.
Yeah, he went through everyone.
Yeah, but I think he had like everyone right.
Oh no, he didn't. He said Martian Manhunter won.
Just about.
Martian Manhunter lost.
But the thing is, like, I agree with all his
takes. It's just this first one, but everything else he had winning.
Gojo,
no, remember he had Rogue.
He said Rogue as well.
Oh yeah, he said Rogue,
all his takes are right, or he or she.
We agreed with their takes.
Yeah, all your takes
doesn't mean he won.
I agree with every one of your takes.
I don't know if everyone. I don't agree with the Martian Manhunter one. I think Jowp Gabe had it, but you know.
I think Martian Manhunter takes it.
All right, next one, Batman diff. That's it.
I hate it, bro. I hate it.
That's tough.
I don't know which one he's replying. Yeah, one of them is the bad.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Probably Batman versus Professor X.
So dumb.
And the last one, I see Batman Deven fight going a lot how Taskmaster in Deadpool goes down. Batman Deven would prep and plan for all the things Jowp Eduardo could do, but Eduardo was so dumb that Deven couldn't plan for his unpredictability.
I was about to say, where's the connection here?
I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, that's technically not what happened. That's technically not what happened in Taskmaster versus Deadpool, but I see what you're going for.
I mean, he said the unpredictability, and that is what part of it.
Yeah, but he said like
his fight style is unpredictable.
Yeah, but Eduardo himself is not unpredictable. He's just dumb.
Yeah, that's his argument though. He's saying his dumbness is unpredictable.
Like you would be like,
he's saying
no shot he does this, and he does it.
Batman Deven is too smart that he would be like, a logical person would do this, but Eduardo doesn't think logically, so it's like it goes beyond
I'm like,
you.
What?
But then again, I would just say to argue against that, Deven knows Eduardo. He would calculate into the fact Eduardo's stupidity. He would calculate that.
Like, this is dumb,
but then vice versa, you could just like downplay Eduardo, and this is like canonically the second smartest Eduardo variant.
Yeah,
so,
like
you could just
like
downplay him, and then it's like, wait, what? What?
That's what I was like.
Timothy.
I was like, is this slander on Eduardo's part? This is like, I don't even know what this is. Like, are we arguing for it against? Like, what are we doing here?
Is this a shot at Eduardo? Yeah, Eduardo's so dumb. You don't even know Eduardo, bro. Why are you calling Eduardo dumb? For all you know, he's not dumb. For all you know, we make him sound dumb, but he's not.
Yeah, I mean, just every time he tries to explain himself, nope, shut up, bitch, you're dumb.
I do like the call out to Taskmaster versus Deadpool fight. Shout out to you. You know your stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular fight. I feel like almost everyone knows that. These niggas know Gambit. We already know they know their stuff. Clearly,
it's a pretty cool fight. I like referencing that fight.
Yeah, that was all of the comments for this one.
I like that we had 13 comments. Hopefully we can get 13 comments on any
on the
video.
YouTube videos.
On any video.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, we
pretty
get
nifty.
more than 13 comments, but I think you mean unique people.
Unique, like 13 unique people.
Mm. One thing I'm curious, I want to see the person who said didn't want to explain his picks. I want to see which one he is because I can do that. I can go. It'll take me a while, but I can find out which one he is.
Just go to the end.
Let's go to the middle. I'm gonna start like in the middle. See if I can find him. No, that guy didn't explain. And in the meantime, you can go through those while I'm looking.
Yeah. So like going in round 3, I'll just go ahead and like just say the matchups. We're not gonna give much. We're not gonna say like anything like what we think about it yet until the next episode.
I just want to see what they are.
But like we have Jowp Gabe going against Batman Gabe. Another Gabe v Gabe. I have my thoughts. This one's gonna be fun. Disease God Deven versus Blood God Eduardo. That one would be really fun, I think.
God versus God.
I found the Batman diff guy.
Did you feel for Batman on both?
Yeah, he had Batman on both of them.
Yeah. This one I think is probably the fight of the tournament, more than likely. Gojo Gabe, Superman Tyler. That's gonna be a really interesting fight.
For sure.
Depending on how they scale each one. And then Gambit Eduardo, Jowp Eduardo. So Eduardo versus. So we have 2 mirror matches just about.
Yeah, I mean, judging from where this tournament's going, I have a definitive winner of this tournament.
Of this one, I do have. Yeah, I'd give one. I'd give one.
Depending on like who wins a certain matchup. Like, this guy just wins.
That's the make or break. Yeah.
Oh, I found him. Okay, so this guy. Let's go through your picks. Since you feel like you didn't have to explain yourself, let's go through your picks here. He said Jowp Gabe. Okay, he was right. He said Batman Gabe. He was right. Wrongly, but he was right.
Yeah.
Disease God Disciple. He was right.
Right.
Chuuya Deven. He was wrong.
Unfortunately.
Gojo Gabe. He was right. Or of course Superman Tyler.
Yeah.
Rogue Deven. He was wrong. Jowp Eduardo. He was right. Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty right.
Pretty around normal picks here.
About 75%
yeah.
roughly.
I want to find that one person who voted for Pleasure God Gabe. I want to see who that one guy was. Was like, he's making Superman come, and it's over.
Once he comes, it's over. He's going to sleep. He's dead.
But yeah, if I want to debate about it more, check out the subreddit. Debate about it.
Yeah, go check the subreddit. Yeah.
Round 3. What were you guys talking about with the match of the century? You're talking about Gojo and Superman, right?
Yeah, that's the match. I think that's like the matchup of the match. Like if it wasn't Gojo Gabe v Doctor Strange Tyler, it would be Gojo Gabe versus Superman Tyler. That's the matchup of the tournament.
Honestly, I know we say this a lot, and it's kind of like beating the dead horse here, but I really want to see like a lot of these like Jowp Gabe versus Batman Gabe would go crazy, dude. You're talking about like 2 of the most tactical minds here and intelligent people fighting each other. This fight would go dummy. Maybe if you're
it's not going dummy. You're losing.
At least unless you're one of those people who have Jowp Gabe as like this OP juggernaut, then yeah, he's probably rinsing Batman. But if you're one of those people who suck off Batman, maybe it's different. That's why I think the fight could go crazy.
You're the speed for it. Like,
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think.
You don't think this fight's crazy?
I think Jowp Gabe speedless is Batman Gabe, and that's it.
It's not about that. It's just like you don't think the fight would be interesting.
Nope. I think it would literally Jowp Gabe just puts his hand through Batman Gabe's heart and says, "Wow, you're weak."
Judging how smart you are, like I'm not wasting my time with this guy.
Because like,
I'm gonna give him a chance.
Once you come out,
they're both mean.
Yeah, but Jowp, I would argue that Jowp Gabe is smarter than Batman Gabe.
And also, you'd also pull up and be like, Batsuit, you're just Batman. Like, you can't do anything to it. He's just done.
We'll get into more of this when we get to round 3. But yeah.
I think a really fun fight, too.
Oh, that's
Disease God versus Blood God.
That's like that actually did happen too.
Yeah,
in canon.
You have like a person mirror match.
And actually in canon there was no winner, right? Because I joined in.
Well, that was the canon was it was like he was like at his peak. And
yeah. So
this
actually,
is like
this fight actually did never happen.
It didn't happen
technically not because they're both disciples.
Because Disease God Deven was never a thing while he was the disciple.
Yeah,
because he was on. Yeah, so this is an interesting fight. I feel like if this
is like a what if scenario
manga, this would be like one of those fights where it's like if you're like Minato versus Hiruzen, it's like one of those. They're like imagine if these guys fought, but they were like never around.
It was never around the same time. Yeah,
I think I might want to go back and watch that episode again just to like fully see the in-depth breakdown.
That would be a fight I'd love to see there because we know they're basically on par.
I mean, at this point, it's just you don't have to watch the episode. It's more of like you have to research what our abilities are.
It's a hack. It's a hack.
Well, yeah, but I want to like watch it again so I can get a full recollection of every ability that y'all have, like in depth of precisely what you said. Though
we don't talk about
no, but like precisely what you said.
But
like,
Tyler,
verbatim.
You'd have to.
We have equal stats basically, and then at that point you have to go to like you
have to go to the Warhammer wiki and see what they can do.
I get that. I was just saying like because one-off sentences matter.
Yeah.
So like I want to watch it for one-off sentences.
Like the whole sentence where like they're light speed and then boom.
It's like Eduardo. Oh yeah, he can survive without blood. It's like that's a big sentence. Like that's something that he could use to his advantage.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I want to go make sure that I have everything down.
We have plenty of time to go into this. So yeah, this
for sure. It's nice because we're getting to like less, so we can like do
we can
more
for sure like when it was
it.
like the first round. There's no way we could go through
every single one.
But like this is a lot easier for us to go in and be like, all right, let me look into these, and easier for you guys as well too. So it's like. It's not much work on your guys if you do want to go research it. If you want to go watch Jowp's video again and try and be like, let me understand, because there's 2 Jowp's in here. There's 2 Blood Gods, so you can watch both those episodes and understand them.
Yeah.
And then I mean Gojo, Gabe, and Superman Tyler both from the same What If, so you can watch that episode and just get a feel on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just boils down to where you put Superman Tyler at. That's really it. If he's,
it's a matchup game here.
I'm not gonna say anything else because I was gonna say something. I was like, no, I can.
We don't want to sway people here. It's your guys'.
I will say Gambit Eduardo versus Jowp Eduardo is probably like the most boring fight of this round. It's still entertaining.
Visually, I think that fight would be.
But like.
Talking about an acrobat versus like.
Well, because no, I'd probably give that to Jowp X Gabe Batman game personally.
Yeah, that one might be the most.
That must be boring because like I think you're underestimating how strong overestimating how strong a ghoul is.
Overestimate? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're overestimating. I think.
Yeah, but it stacks with like the ghoul and the super soldier.
Maybe. So if he's stronger than Dragon Ball character.
Who beat Ginyu?
Potentially Jowp Eduardo.
Potentially. If that's the agreed upon win con, then he beat Ginyu.
I don't think it was. If it was, I think I would have won that.
No, that's the only win con. That's literally your like
that was your
only win
con. There's like a flower and I threw it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there are more win cons.
But no, it's all the same win con. Flowers don't have sentience.
They don't.
No. So I mean, it's not random animal. They're all the same win cons.
Oh, but when I say there's a frog, you're like, nah, why is there a frog there? But now if it's your argument, now there's a frog there.
Because I think it still just boils down to us.
That's how you debate.
We're not going to get back into this because we talked about this so much.
That's how you debate, Gabe.
I'm debating 101 right there.
101. I don't
ignore the argument when it doesn't help you and you use it when it does.
Look, we've already talked about this enough. I think it goes down to a speed blitz. That's it. It should be washed, whatever. But I think we have some pretty interesting matchups going into round 3. I'm really excited to see what y'all pick. I kind of, I guess, like Deven said, I already have the bracket in my head how it's gonna go, and I already have my champion now based off of what we see.
I mean, I think the champion, regardless, in my head, at least doesn't change. If it doesn't, the second person who I think might win doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I was gonna say is before we there's one more thing I want to talk about before we end the episode as well. But before we get to that point, is there any picks here that kind of made you mad or like upset? You're like, why did this happen? Obviously, the Professor X game one.
Nah, that one made me mad.
But like aside from that, were there any ones where you're just like, why? Why did you guys say that?
No, I mean we talked about all the ones that made us upset.
Yeah.
We talked about the Martian Manhunter downplay.
That downplay. The fact that was it 3 or 2 or 3 of you guys both were like fire. It's easy clap. Like it's not that easy. Come on, bro. It's not that simple. And the Batman cock riding, but at least he lost one.
Yeah, I'm not too mad at this list.
One thing and the last thing I wanted to get into before we end it is just like I just wanted to go through Tye Knots ranking and see what you guys think about it. Because like, I'm assuming I know what Deven's already said. You've seen it. Yeah. Is there anything in here that you're like? You kind of disagree with a little bit?
I
would maybe move around?
I remember one of them was a little low. I mean, I think probably Eduardo is the wild card.
Yeah. Do we agree? I think we all agree that he's kind of right on the bottom. Like, obviously, Boy Meets World is the weakest version, right? Yeah. And then he has the D&D characters, which I don't know, but do we agree like the bottom is probably correct? Like,
the bottom is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the D&D characters, none of them should be... Actually, no. Oh, yeah, because it beats Boy Meets World. So then, all of them
you think about it. Do you think Blue Diarc Finn is worse than Throat Goat Jose, though? Do you think Throat Goat Jose should beat him?
Yes.
Really? Why? What do you think he can do his throat things?
I gotta think for a sec.
Because that's the one that kind of caught my opinion. Because, like, obviously, I don't watch the episodes, but, like, I'm like, he's a fishman, right?
Yeah,
he's half fishman.
Well, he's a half fishman.
It's like he's still stronger than a regular human.
Yeah,
and then
he is canonically like the strongest.
And then Throat Goat Jose is just a guy, right, who can throw things.
He's a guy who can
instantly make
you should know more than anyone, I guess. Like you kind of know more.
Yeah, I wasn't there for the scenario.
Yeah, the things he did in the fight was he opened his mouth and like he unhinged his jaw and did like this echolocation thing to find me.
That's crazy.
I think the most impressive thing was like the candy can feet.
Yeah, he was like.
Yeah, I waited.
Like it wasn't even like from what I've heard, it wasn't even like he was just like literally put it in his mouth and it came out a spear.
So all his like feet come from like his mouth. But I think he also like did something that I can do like what Gluttony can do from some just like since Full Metal Alchemist. But I don't know. It's been all since the episode came out.
I just think Blue. I mean, he really only has like a sword, and he's like strong. He has like his go-to is like wrestling moves.
Yeah, who's to say that like,
he lost to some like street punks on the like they had like gun and they shot him.
I mean that's only because you made that. You made that
how it works.
You made that fight.
You can say the argument for manga. That's only because the mangaka said that.
I know. I don't like it.
To be fair, they just rolled high and he rolled low. So
you made Street Punks put up
a fight.
That's how it is. Oh, what about the D&D characters ranking though? Is this accurate? Do you think Jose is the strongest D&D character?
Yeah.
I thought you would say you were. Because of your hacks.
No, because he has hockey.
Really, Deven doesn't have hockey?
No.
Because I always thought I thought Deven would be the highest ranked one strictly because he's a Logia type.
Yeah, but Jose has hockey.
Yeah, Jose can touch me.
He has armament hockey on his sword.
Yeah,
he can touch me. I think he can also armament his fist, but he usually just does sword.
So maybe Tye Knot is familiar with the One Piece D&D. Maybe he watches it.
Yeah. Ezra does beat Farid. And then,
what you were saying though, was there anything that you thought was a little low or a little high on here?
I had to look at the list. Oh yeah, I can just pull it up on my phone. What am I doing? I don't got
actually, interesting enough, he has Gambit Eduardo above Spider-Man Tyler here.
He does. I saw that too.
So he is one of those people who believes that. But he does have Rogue above Gambit though. And it's funny how they're all three there, like right next to each other, and those are the three who fought well, they didn't fight each other, but I guess the three Gambit fought. Or the two.
Yeah.
He also has Coco Stark Eddie above
he has
both Batmans.
Goldo Deven number 10.
He's a Dragon Ball character.
Yeah,
he's a Dragon Ball character. Stop time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Coco Stark Eddie.
Coco Stark Eddie above both Batmans though is interesting.
That is interesting. Let me see.
I mean, Coco Stark Eddie is kind of him.
Yeah. Also, the Batman Gabe over Batman Deven. Interesting, because like I said earlier, I think Batman Deven probably has the edge here. He's an Illuminati member.
Potentially.
He does have Blood God Aura over a Pleasure. Actually, he thinks I'm the weakest god among the trio.
I'd agree.
Really, Pleasure God Gabe getting some love there.
I'd agree because it was. I think it's just an experience thing. I think you have the least experience out of everyone.
No, I should.
That's not true.
I have the least.
Are you the last one to get it?
Yeah, because they ran the whole gauntlet with the whole tier while I was chilling. Yeah. It was only when Eduardo became the god I decided, all right, I'm gonna step in. So I guess I'm just a prodigy, but like, you know,
he has Doctor Strange over Martian Manhunter, which I would agree.
Doctor Strange top 3 for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree.
I don't think so. Doctor Strange is pretty high. Yeah, I agree with that.
I just find it funny, like, these top 4, they're all them, and then Gabe's, like, there, too. Like, that's why when I first saw that, I'm like, that's so interesting. But, like, once you actually think about it, like, yeah, Gabe deserves that spot as number 5.
He earned it,
like,
for sure.
Gabe's, like, separating, like, the gods from, like, from what's below him is so fun. Like, Gabe's number 5, so, like, the people below him being the Dragon Ball Z characters and the Blood God trio is so funny to me.
Yeah.
I also think it's funny how far Jowp X Gabe is above the other Jowp X members.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Jowp X Gabe is 5, the next Jowp X is 12. So I'm like, I'm 7 spots above Eduardo.
I really like where you put Chuuya Deven. I think number 11. I think I fit there.
That's pretty. Yeah. I don't see him.
I don't really see anyone below whom I think should be better than him. So yeah, I mean,
no.
So overall,
I could potentially make an argument. No, I can't.
I could potentially say Professor X Gabe is a little low. I think he should be maybe a little higher. Maybe he could be above Jowp X Jose. Jowp X Jose isn't that good, I don't think. I agree with Jowp X Eduardo being above Jose, but
I mean, he fell. Didn't Jowp X Jose fall prey to like your manipulation? So it's like,
I didn't like manipulate. I didn't have to use. We established this. We specifically said I didn't have to use my power on him. I just traumatized him to work with me.
Yeah, like you said, he does have Rogue over.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think he has resistance to it. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe someone could make. Although I wouldn't agree with this argument, someone could maybe make the argument that because Jowp X Eduardo resisted my ability, he could resist Professor X mind control. I wouldn't use that argument because, like I said, I don't agree with it. That's contextual. And we've also explained. I'm pretty sure we remember explaining in the episode why Eduardo could resist it. It wasn't just like unexplained. We did explain why he resisted it. But I could see someone making that argument.
I will say though, overall this list is like accurate.
Yeah, this C is very, very accurate. I like all the like, which means he paid attention. Like he knows what he's talking about. Exactly, this list, like if y'all don't know what we're talking about, go check out the subreddit. If y'all don't agree, make your own seed list.
For sure.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny that Tye Knot, the OG, just came around, like somehow found the subreddit, was like, I'm about to make a post and seed him.
Yeah, he's an OG. If y'all don't know Tye Knot, he's been around since like me and Gabe were like young. back in our old like streaming days when we used to stream like Naruto Ninja Storm 4.
Oh yeah.
He was there for a lot of streams.
With this seeding chart, that would have been Superman Tyler would have versed Boy Beast World Jose. That would have been a slaughter fest.
I think
and Tyler would have played Jump Rope.
I think Jose would just punch me in the chest and I'd be like, you need to stop.
You need to stop.
For FF right now. FF right now.
But like even though the seeding list, like, the way I see the seeding list, like, just because like you're over someone doesn't mean you're absolutely beating them. Like we said, it's a matchups game.
Yeah, it's matchups.
But for the most part,
I think it's accurate.
For like just power levels and like what they can do, this is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Also interesting enough, with this seeding, Rogue and Gambit would have still fought each other first. Well, that would have been first round actually, because 16-17 would fight each other. So they would be the round 1 matchup.
Yeah.
I'm curious to put this into a bracket and just see how the tournament would work. Like maybe we can, after this episode, put it into a bracket and just make our decisions, because we have said this is a matchup game. It could change. Like our opinions could change based on the matchups.
Based on the matchups.
We're all kind of a little upset the fact that Doctor Strange and Gojo had to fight round 1 because we wanted to see them go farther. And with this seeding, they're for sure gonna go farther. That would mean the top 4 are all separated, like each side. So yeah, interesting. That's pretty much all I had to say here for this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good.
It's a good list. I do think you guys should check it out. I don't know if you guys we've said we've had it read before, but you should go check it out for sure.
It's in the description.
Yeah.
There.
If you do not have a Reddit account, you should go make one. I think a lot of people have Reddit accounts, but if you don't, go make one. And you should go post. Talk to Tye Knot. He's a pretty cool guy, I think. Unless he became cringe.
Yeah.
And it's a long time since I've talked to him.
But I mean, you want to do the outro?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, you can, like I said, check the subreddit down below. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe. Please tell us your explanations. Obviously, you guys already said your explanations, but explain a little bit further, like the Batman lovers and all the comments, right? Gabe's feet. We know you love commenting, explaining your opinions. Linksys, you know you love explaining your thoughts as well. So make sure you guys tell us your reasons for why you think people should win, or people did win these things in your opinions and all that. And let's know those things.
Yeah.
Listen to Spotify and Anchor. Anything
like, comment, subscribe, share,
all that. Watch last episode. Yeah.
All right. See y'all.
Yeah.